Bobby Lee going after Andrew Santino, or talks about kind of with Theo Von. You know, we're starting to realize here, Andrew Santino is kind of the laughing stock of these comedians. They really don't respect him. We heard 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, or whatever, we heard from Danny Woodward. Thanks to Danny Woodward, remember, he went undercover. He bought the premium Meet Theo Von package. I want to let people know this. Danny Woodward went and saw Theo Von live. And in order to get this undercover audio for us, he bought the higher package ticket. He had like a laminate. Meet Theo, backstage pass. I didn't know you had to do that. I thought maybe you could just talk to Theo if you go to the show, but no, he's at that level now. You got to buy like a premium package. So he bought the premium package, and remember, he was recording Theo without his knowledge, and Theo goes, yeah, Santino, he's not very genuine. Yeah, he's kind of sneaky. So we learned that. Here, we're going to learn something else. Bobby Lee lets out. It lets out this. Here, we'll show you this. This is from Theo Von's show. I think they're talking with Bobby Lee, and it's another inside look at Santino. Here we go.
All the girlfriends I've ever had, they don't know how to tell stories.
Oh, very bad.
But I've trained myself
Very bad.
to pretend.
Okay, so he's talking about all the girlfriends I've ever had. They don't really know how to tell stories, but I've trained myself how to pretend. Okay.
How to tell stories.
Oh, very bad.
But I've trained myself
Very bad.
to pretend.
Yeah.
And that's what most relationships are, right? Even with your friends.
Yeah, but if she's
Even with your
stopping you-
friends, like I've been with guys, and like Santino's told me a story where I fake laughed at it.
Oh, yeah.
And went, ha 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 ha. That happened, huh?
Oh, and Theo goes, oh, yeah. Santino's told me stories where I fake laugh at it, and then Theo's like, oh, yeah, I know, all the time. Wow, so people are fake. Santino's such a yapster that they're all sick of it, huh? And they fake laugh at his stories. Ooh, juicy.
Yeah, but if she's
Even with your
stopping you-
friends, like I've been with guys, and like Santino's told me a story where I fake laughed at it.
Oh,
And went, ha 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 ha. That happened, huh?
yeah.
But you don't really, think it's good, right?
But with you and the kind of
Okay,
rapport
and then
we
they
have,
kind of skip over it. But there you go, another inside look at that Santini, Italy. We've got some great clips of Santini on a double date with Brendan. Have I been saying his name wrong this whole time? I've been saying Schwab. Is it Schwab? We've got some great clips of him on a date coming up. Here, let's look at this. They said they found the Gino share before I get out of town here today.
Please.
You like videos, Jules?
I mean, I like it when you talk, to be honest.
Really?
I'm just here for your thoughts,
Do you
your
think-
views.
Have you ever watched this show in awe and going, this guy is phenomenal. What a good guy I married here.
When you fall asleep at night, I just watch Red Bar all night.
Wow.
Tearing up.
You're so lucky to have all that access. Now, I have got a tape for you, and this is true. This is Bobby Lee, and he hates Brendan Schaub. Okay? So let's watch this real quick. Bobby Lee, who I really like, and it's a shame. If I ever meet Bobby Lee, the only way to show him that I understand him would be for him to put his hand on my heart and then see what I see, and it would lead him to believe that I understand him. Otherwise, he would assume me as an enemy. Here is Bobby Lee on The Fighter and the Kid, and him and Brendan Schaub get into a little pickle. And you could tell Brendan is very nervous. We hate Brendan Schaub on the show. He's that big galoot. Maybe Tate knows Brendan Schaub. This is something we could relate to. I bet Tate hates this guy too. But watch Bobby Lee, who I like very much. I would like to take Bobby Lee out of the environment he's in and let him know that there is an environment better for him. I don't know where, but there's a better one than this. Bobby Lee hates all these guys. He knows they're frauds, but he has no choice but to hang out with them, and occasionally he lets it out, but he confuses them so much because he pretends that everything is a bit, everything is a joke. So he gets his anger out on these guys, but they're so stupid he can confuse them into thinking that it's all a bit and a joke. But at night, when he goes home, he goes, I fucking hate Brendan Schaub. Like, fucking hate him. And you're going to see that today. You're going to witness the hate. Here we go. Bobby Lee on The Fighter and the Kid.
You know what's so funny?
What?
This is great.
Dude.
I'm glad we're here, Ching Chong. Right? I'm so glad we're here. We can really just kind of get it out. We can get it all out there.
Yeah, let's get it
Because
out.
I honestly, and I'm not even. This is not even a bit. I feel tension with you guys.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Shut up.
Yeah. No, you give my girlfriend fuck eyes.
Oh.
Wow. Dude, well, I hate to say this.
Now, Bobby Lee is the king of this. I don't know if people are all on to this. They might be. I just don't know. I don't talk to anybody. When Bobby Lee says he has tension, some people will laugh it off. Ha ha, classic Bobby Lee. But it's true. It means he actually does. This is his way of letting people know how he really feels. You could see Brian Callen's face. Brian Callen has been around long enough to know, he actually does have tension if he's saying this. Brendan Schaub is sitting there like a big fucking dummy. And Bobby Lee goes, you give my wife fuck eyes. And I've picked up on it. I'm not stupid. I'm not a midget. I'm not some fucking Chinese dumpling. I'm a man. And I see, because he's got this wife. What is her name? Kalila? Kalila.
She's a nice lady.
Who, if some people would say that's a babe to them. Not to me. I like a white person.
She has nice lips.
I only like white women. Did you know that about me? I won't even, if I see even a half black girl on Instagram that's technically hot,
Wow.
I flicker away. I go, get away from me. I'm not wasting my spill on you.
Wow. Jeez. I'd like to see you spill.
Not to a black woman?
Yeah.
Nah. Sorry. I got better things to do with my cum. Whites.
Wow.
Now, she is like a weird mix thing. I don't even know what she is, but she's got that zany face. And but a lot of people like her because of the body. She's got a big boobs. And as she was hotter probably 6 years ago. I think she's turning into just more of a regular lady, to be honest. But Brendan Schaub, any woman that Brendan Schaub would fuck, he's hitting on. And he hits on them all. Remember, he's a sex addict. So watch Bobby Lee talk to Brendan, and he is really confronting him. This is not a bit. I've watched it, and I've decided it's real. Here.
You give my girlfriend fuck eyes.
Wow. Dude, well, I hate to say this. Everyone gives your girlfriend fuck eyes.
Oh, you just insulted. That's even more insulting. And this poor Bobby Lee, because he's mixed up in such a farce, so everybody kind of picks on him thinking that's what he likes. Mm-hmm. He doesn't.
He doesn't.
He wants to just be treated normal.
And he deserves to be treated normal.
And so what he does is he plays along, but he judges you in secret, depending on if you get him or don't get him. And he knows who gets him and he knows who doesn't. He knows Brendan Schaub does not even understand Bobby Lee's comedy. He is a nothing to Bobby Lee.
Now, can I just say, I do not like Brian Callen's new single man divorced guy attitude.
If you get divorced, you're a fucking loser.
Even in this video, I feel like he was acting like,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, if you see a hot chick, you got to look at her. I'm single. I just got divorced.
Why don't you pick up a girl in your acting class? Go to your acting class, your Hollywood script class, and pick up a girl. Loser. So watch Bobby Lee. Watch him carefully.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Shut up.
Yeah. You give my girlfriend fuck eyes.
Wow. Dude, well, I hate to say this. Everyone gives your girlfriend fuck eyes.
Hey, come on, take it easy. Stop giving him.
He knows. He's been around long enough to know. Wait. This is real for Bobby Lee. Take it easy, even though he's saying it in a joking way. Now, Brendan Schaub is doing that laugh through it all type thing. Let's just keep laughing. But you'll notice he tenses up. It's weird to see these MMA fighters produce such shabby body language. We saw it with Tate earlier. This is Tate after he was told I hated him. Oh, I'm a baby, I'm a baby, I'm a baby. And here's Brendan Schaub, another guy, 8'8". He knows every fucking martial art. And here he is in my coffin. Oh, I can't move. And you'll see it gets even more pathetic. Mentally is what I'm saying. They're not so strong. Watch this.
You're giving him serious eyes now. You're giving him accusation eyes right now.
My body just shut down like my whole.
Dude, you did a hot chick.
I have to do
You
a
were gonna
restart. I have to
look.
do a hard restart.
Dude, you're not.
I had to do a. I gotta do. Let me do
Control
a
Alt
hard.
Delete, Bobby.
I gotta do-
Control Alt Delete.
Yeah.
bro.
I gotta do a
Can't
hard
we shop
restart
around
because
girls?
You know what I like about Bobby Lee? People saying, I like him. He's kind of cool. Bobby Lee is what the minimum comedian should be. A funny man, right? Always funny.
Totally agree.
Bobby Lee is what a comedian should be. Ha ha ha, I'm funny. All these other guys, this isn't a comedian. That's not a comedian. These are just guys. Bobby Lee is a comedian. That's why when we first all started getting into this, a comedian was someone different. He was different. He wasn't just a guy who decided to do comedy. A comedian doesn't sit around and talk seriously without being a jokester a little bit. So all these guys, Andrew Santino is not a comedian. These guys aren't comedians. Yes, they've studied, and after 20 years, whoop-de-woo, they got together a 1-hour script that tricked people into laughing. But Bobby Lee it's in his blood. It's who he is. You know? And there's very few people like that. So yeah, I do like Bobby Lee. Look at him, too. You know? Now, could you have a real conversation with him, or would it lead
I
to
think
nowhere?
yes. I would rather talk to him than
You
any
could,
of the
but
other guys.
he has so many walls up from talking to these frauds that he'd have those walls up for everybody. It's probably so hard to get through to the real Bobby Lee because he assumes you're all frauds. You know, like he's experienced day in and
As
day
he
out.
should.
As he should.
As
Just
he
like
should.
Theo Vaughn goes through the same struggle every day. Doesn't know what to do because he's surrounded by frauds. Watch this.
you almost died just now.
I knew.
Yeah.
I felt that, and I felt. But here's the thing, though. That's like getting mad that you drive a Ferrari and people look at it.
Yeah.
You know that sign up to drive a Ferrari?
Also, girls want to mate with
True.
Shab.
You're smart.
Girls want to mate with Shab in their instinct. Their instinct. A lot of times they see the giant.
No.
Is dressed like candy.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
go, ah, he's shiny and he's cute. I want to have sex with him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
another
Shab
miss.
has. That's true.
Right?
But Shab
Yeah.
has an interesting thing. You have.
Watch this.
Be
And
cool.
look at Shab. Shab's nervous. I don't know if you could see him over there. He's nervous. He's even said, be cool. And he's sitting in his chair. He's frozen. He's frozen. What's the song, Jules? Frozen? I never experienced an iceberg like this. I never saw the movie Frozen. I don't know
Let
the
it
song.
go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. You shouldn't be frozen when you're this tall. If I were this tall, everyone would be dead. There'd be no man left to breathe if I were that tall. So, to be frozen by a little, and when I say shrimp, I don't mean like, oh, hey, get away, shrimp. I mean, this is, if you got fried shrimp at a Chinese place, cashew shrimp. I once picked out a cashew from Cashew Shrimp. It was actually Bobby Lee. And he said, don't eat me, don't eat me. I said, of course I would not eat you. I'm not a cannibal. And he goes, thank you for even considering that you eating me would be cannibalistic. We are one. And I go, of course we're one. You're human. Listen to this.
Thing. You have.
Be cool,
Dude,
man.
honestly, dude.
Watch this.
Does he have a thing in this car, a Bluetooth thing, that he can park anywhere?
Oh, like
A handicap.
Yeah, does he have one of those?
It's called a handicap.
I don't want to say that because. You got one of those?
nope.
Okay.
But I just parked.
Wait, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're fucking saying.
Oh, you
This is so fucking mean.
What am I saying?
you say
You're suggesting that he has
a learning problem?
and that he looks like he's a little bit mentally challenged.
I didn't say
Really?
That's what you fucking, because you looked at him and you go your face or something.
say that.
Then why's your voice getting high?
No, that's where you're going with this.
And look at Brendan. This is Brendan. What do I do? Not quite prepared, huh, Brendan? Look at Brendan squirming in his chair with his big fat thighs. Bobby's calling him retarded. I wish Bobby would just unleash. He has nothing to worry about. Tell these people how you feel. Tell them to fuck off. Do it. Can't one comedian stand out, or do they need this circle to protect them? None of them, and that's what I mean. I will never deem someone a real comedian until they step out of this community and go, they're all beneath me. I am the one true comic.
You go your face or something.
Say that.
Then why is your voice getting high?
No, that's where you're going with this.
Where were you going with it?
What?
What did you mean by
I think I'm missing a little bit of.
Dude, I'll tell you why. Can I tell you why?
You can.
And I never said this.
No, you can't.
Oh, I know what it is. He looks
What?
like George from of Mice and Men.
Yes. No, Lenny.
Yeah,
Lenny.
I killed
Well, it's
the rabbits.
any white dude that size with that big of a head.
killed the
And when you
rabbits.
say, hey,
Brendan's
Brendan, and
pissed.
he
Look at
turns
his
around
face.
and his eyes do this a little bit. And you're like, oh, there's something wrong. Like,
Oh,
there's a
you
couple
think?
of things. Yeah.
Oh my God.
His eyes go like this.
Bobby,
and it's
Bobby,
like,
you're being
there's a-
so mean
Bob,
right
that-
now.
Dude, that's not nice. Let's call up your
Oh,
girl.
that ain't nice.
Let's call up your girl. See what she
Fucking
thinks.
big oafy.
Dude,
Why do
hey,
they talk like this?
Let's call up your
That's
girl.
not
See
nice.
what she thinks. Let's call up your girl.
You fuck my girl?
No, dude.
What? You fuck my girl?
No, wait, Bobby, Bobby.
You fuck my girl?
Bobby,
Now,
take
a lot
it
of
easy.
people go, it's a bit, it's a bit. I could see this on YouTube. It's a bit. Yeah, he has to hide everything within a bit in order to not come off as crazy. That's where he is. He's bullied into making all of his true feelings a bit. And that's what you're seeing here today.
It's very sad.
I've seen a lot of people go through this. He would love to fucking hit this guy. He would love it. But, oh, no, it's just a bit. Oh, I got to live in this Confucius say land. Here.
No, he fucked my girl.
Confusion.
No, Bobby, no, I swear.
fuck my girl?
No.
Shopgate. Shopgate.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, sorry, man.
Sorry, dude. You.
Bobby, but you don't have tension
You
with
asked
me.
for it, man.
Brendan
What? You
just
don't have
did the
tension with
weird-
me.
You should be more.
Oh, the weak comedian. But you don't have any tension with me, right? No tension with me, right? Why would you care? Weak. Gay.
Really
Cool.
stare at Brendan's face during all this because
Yeah.
it tells.
And you can watch this at home by going to **K my girl Bobby Lee confronts.
He does this little face twitch where he's like,
It was obviously a bit. That's what Brendan Schaub told. No, we're so cool. I love Bobby Lee. It's obviously a bit. It's not a bit.
Schwabgate, Shopgate.
I have determined.
Sorry, dude. You.
Bobby, but you don't have tension
You
with
asked
me.
for it, man.
What? You don't have tension with me.
You should be more worried about Brian around your girl than me.
And don't bring up my special again because I'm doing one.
All right,
I
when?
don't want to talk about it yet.
All right.
Okay, but on that ching, fat, big, tall ching
No,
ching.
don't say it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Ching,
It
ching.
kind of trails off, but you can watch the rest on your own. It's Nervous Brendan again. Joe Rogan. Very cool. Did you like that? Did you like that? Instagram. You know, I'm looking at this, and then I see this. Check this out. I'm on Instagram. I'm chilling, minding my business. And then I see this. Bobby Lee Live started following you. Oh, boy. So Bobby Lee of the Bad Friends podcast, who, by the way, we treated very nicely. People were even surprised in our YouTube comments. They go, wow, I'm really impressed that Mike, gave it up to Bobby. He understood. They're so surprised. They hear me say everyone's trash the minute I say somebody, oh, okay, I can tolerate that. They're really surprised, and they go, wow, so Mike's actually really fair. Am I? And then I see this Bobby Lee Live started following you. Now, here at Red Bar, this is a grain of sand in our fool's dunes. We've been doing this show since 2003, believe it or not. And each episode, whether they be an hour long or 8 hours long, each episode makes fun of about 70 people. Okay? Each episode since 2003, just make fun, treat like shit, talk crap. And what was my point? What the hell was my point? Oh, yeah. So the Bad Friend stuff, that means nothing to us. That's just, oh, hi, we're making fun of Bad Friends. We make fun of all these shows and all of these comedians every day. It's not like something that sticks with us or that, we think about. We're just like, oh, it's Andrew Santino, Bobby Lee. What fags. Ha, 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 ha. To these guys, though, this was an incident to them. To Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino, and I like Bobby Lee. I still like him.
I still like him too.
And by I mean
He's never done anything to offend me.
never done anything to offend us yet. Yeah, fine. That's a comedian. I'll give him that. These other guys, Andrew Santino, that's not what I consider to be a comedian. Chris D'Elia, not a comedian. There's lots of these people. Tom Segura, not a comedian. Bobby Lee, at least, okay, yeah, that's a comedian. That's a guy that you would expect to be funny. He could be in movies. He could be on TV. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be, a guy like that. But these other guys, no. So to us, this was a minuscule thing. But to them, this was like, something they went through. And it actually turns out that even Bobby and Santino, this is like still on their mind. This is something they're trying to deal with and come up with a plan. They're having like meetings about how are we going to handle these trolls. Seriously. And
I can't believe it.
The other day, Bobby starts following me on Instagram. Now, I got to tell you this. Yesterday, he unfollowed me.
What?
Yep.
Bobby.
This was brought to my attention. I was very upset. So he followed me, did some digging, got fed up, had to unfollow.
Why did he have to follow you to do some digging?
We don't know. Could be his age. Could be.
Maybe it was an accidental follow while he was creeping.
Well, so we've got the follow there. And then what was my dang next part here? Where am I? Where the fuck am I, Jules? I just completely, I had one of these, you ever see this movie? There was a movie about a guy who gets Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's. And something to do with McDonald's. In the movie, this old man, he starts getting Alzheimer's, and it's this movie about a man losing his mind, and his son is this old man. And he keeps, throughout the movie, he keeps going, McDonald's, McDonald's. And the son is like, Dad, you want to go to McDonald's? All right, I'll take you to McDonald's. And it's this demented dad. He's losing his mind. Takes him to McDonald's. But then at the end of the movie, the dad goes, McDonald's. And they're like, what are you talking about? And then they reveal, they find this cigar box. He bought stock in McDonald's when he was young in the 1920s. And he's a billionaire now. And that's why he kept going, McDonald's. Now, what the fuck movie was that? I hope that wasn't a dream. It was about like a guy losing his mind. Do you ever remember that movie? I'm about to cry here. Simon Birch, I don't know what that means. Dom Amici was the actor. If anyone can find that. Was Billy Crystal in that?
It's not ringing a bell for
No,
me.
this was an old movie. I mean, I watched this movie. Cocoon, was it Cocoon? No. So why did I bring up Bobby Lee and Bad Friends? Because there's something going on, right? Where am I here?
Well,
show me the fucking note.
Jeremiah and Bobby Lee episode. Is that what you're going to go into?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Supersize Me. Sounds... Yeah, Supersize Me was the movie. Forget Paris with Billy Crystal? No. It was about the dad being... He's lost his mind. It was about him. The movie is Blade Trinity. I like that. Yeah. So I don't know why I brought this up. I thought I had something about Bad Friends
well,
to tell you.
Well, we do have there's a part.
Yeah, I know. Oh, wait. What do we got?
The only thing that we have about this is the Jeremiah Wonders and Bobby Lee episode.
But yeah, no. I thought I had something to say about Santino and Bad Friends and all this. It was like really important, too. It was on the tip of my... That's the whole reason I brought all this up.
Thanks for embarrassing us.
Who, me?
I'm just kidding.
Harvard in Israel and Harvard in Israel. Come on, Jules. Harvard in Israel. This will get my memory. Harvard in Israel. Harvard Israel. I got nothing still. I still can't fucking remember. Well, let's get into Jeremiah Wonders then.
Perfect.
Jeremiah Wonders was with Bobby Lee. Now, Bobby Lee followed me, unfollowed me. We still like Bobby Lee, and we're going to show you why we still like Bobby Lee, because he gave Jeremiah Wonders the business. Similar to why we thought we started liking Rick Glassman. You know, Rick Glassman, we saw him do an interview with Tony Hinchcliffe, and we go, okay, he's doing it in his own way, but it seems like he's challenging Tony about the things that we hate Tony for. And I saw that with Bobby Lee. And it looks like Bobby Lee is challenging Jeremiah Wonders. You know Jeremiah Wonders, blonde guy from Kill Tony. And there's something I've always talked about with Jeremiah Wonders. I said, this guy's fucking sick. He's psychotic. All right. I said, he's got that nerd rage thing where I see moments, no one's ever talked about this with him, but I go, when I look at Jeremiah, I see moments of crippling nerd autistic rage where he's like battling with demons and it looks like he's about to snap. And we showed you footage. We've been covering this Wonders for a long time. We showed you footage of him in the car, remember, with Tony Hinchcliffe? And you go, oh, Jeremiah is actually like a little sneak. I think he hates William H. Montgomery. Remember this? And we're showing you the dark side of Wonders. Jeremiah's got his own show, Jeremiah Wonders, where he riffs. He was also on Rick Glassman's podcast, Take Your Shoes Off. We're going to show you some of that. But they've been putting Jeremiah around lately. And, Jules and I have come to this conclusion that, Jeremiah, he's very bad at what he does. He's not good. Like, he fancies himself one of these, like, improv-y, alt-riffy, goofy guys. But he really could only keep it up for about 2-3 seconds before going into bombland and screwing up and getting weird and being very amateur. So we've got some really nice Jeremiah moments for you. We're going to start with him and Bobby Lee on the show Jeremiah Wonders, which is his podcast. And we're going to end with Jeremiah and Rick Glassman. But we're going to show you why Bobby Lee is the man. Okay.
Also, is the movie you're thinking of called Folks? That's what they say.
Could be. Can you get a trailer for me?
Yes.
Folks, with David Angelo. So here's what we've been saying about Jeremiah. We've been saying he's very bad at what he does. He's not good. He's very cringe. We've showed you a bunch of stuff. And then we've also said he also snaps and he's got nerd rage. We were so delighted to turn on his show with Bobby Lee to hear this. We're going to start it from the beginning, okay? Here we go, guys. We hope you enjoy this. Bobby Lee and Jeremiah Wonders. Here we are. To watch. Jeremiah Wonders. Jeremiah Wonders. Jeremiah Wonders. Jeremiah Wonders. It's his stage name. You're going to love this.
Also, I have to talk about your rage. You have an anger issue or something.
Did you hear that? So this is why we like Bobby. Bobby is a prisoner of his own mood. I like this. Bobby Lee, doesn't matter if it's time to put your game face on and be on a show. If Bobby Lee has something going on in his head, he has to say it. Very similar to me, Jules. I used to have people on the show, comedians all the time, co-hosts. I could not get past little things. For instance, like Othie Schwerin would be on the show. Little ones. And I'd make a joke about the Jews. And this guy, Othie, had a Jewish wife. And I remember him not giving it up about this joke about the Jews. And it would be the little things like that I'd get stuck on. And I'd turn the whole podcast into, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, or Beth Stelling, who was on the show. I do that very racist banana bit joke, and I see it's bothering her. So instead of continuing to do the show like some sort of professional, I go, what's wrong with you? And she's like, what? I'm fine. I go, nah. And then the whole show is devoted to her. Bobby Lee is similar. If he's thinking something, he's got to say it. Even if it's detrimental to the experience, even if it's going to make things awkward, make the show worse, he's going to do it. So here's Wonders, and listen to this opening line by Bobby Lee.
Also, I have to talk about your rage. You have an anger issue or something.
I want to talk about your rage. You have an anger issue or something. And they said this to Jeremiah. When I heard this, I jumped out of my seat. I go, Jules! Because no one has ever even implied this except for who? Red Bar! Us! Me! Mike! So I always thought, it's another one of Mike's crazy little add-ons that Jeremiah is actually a secretive psycho who's about to blow.
It's hard to keep track of what we've made up in our own minds.
Nobody's actually said this about him. So after 7 or 8 years of watching Jeremiah slowly and carefully, finally, somebody fucking says it. And it's Bobby Lee, one of my bad friends. Listen.
Also, I have to talk about your rage. You have an anger issue or something. You don't think you do? Well, you do. Like you have no. You're not tolerant. Like you have. There's a point where I can see in your eyes where you're like about to snap. What is that? Is that your upbringing, or you don't know how to?
Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to snap. You look like you're about to snap. This is the stuff that I've been dreaming about. You look like you're going to snap. And watch, Jeremiah does not like this.
About to snap. What is that? Is that your upbringing, or you don't know how to? Namaste? You don't know the word namaste?
Look at Jeremiah.
Even the parking thing is just like there's a point where I can see in your eyes you're about to fucking do a fucking, what's the guy that blew up the Oklahoma City? Timothy McVeigh. That's your face.
I could see it in your eyes. You're like Timothy McVeigh.
That's what we've been trying to say this whole time.
And Jeremiah's like, what the fuck is happening? I'm being confronted for the first and very first time ever. I think this is amazing. They're really putting him on the spot. Now he's going to try to get out of it with bits. It will not work. Bobby continues to accuse him of this mental psychoticness throughout the whole show, and we've got all the clips.
Oklahoma City. Timothy McVeigh. That's your face.
I have a Timothy McVeigh vibe.
Face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you're Timothy
look at
McVeigh.
Jeremiah. He's fucking worried.
Why is that voice? You see, you're gonna do something.
Jeremiah worries is more like it, huh? Hey, that's a nice shirt. I might get something like that. This Jeremiah Wonder shirt. That's a nice shirt. Maybe I'll get something similar soon in the mail.
Alien routine, and then all of a sudden I don't know what I'm going.
It was on auto tune.
Oh shit! Can I do that too?
Yeah, you can do it too.
Okay. And they copied my bit. I was going to get that auto-tune thing for the show, so when I sing, it's really nice. But now all the fools have auto-tune.
They
Should I
beat
still
you.
steal it from them? What do you
Would
think?
be stealing.
But I'm open to stealing.
But you already stole this whole show from Jesse P.S. So.
Wait, but this show?
Yeah.
What? All right, let's see. 227, they're going to continue the anger stuff. Bobby Lee cannot get over this Jeremiah Wonder. So let's go to 227. We're going to hear more. I really like Bobby Lee now, even though he's good friends with Andrew Santino. I think we can convince Bobby to get rid of Andrew Santino. It might take 2 years, might take 10 years.
He's not good friends with Andrew Santino.
He's bad friends with him. Okay.
Is this all audio?
Oh no, it's video.
Where's the video cameras?
Boom.
Oh, I see that. It's high tech stuff.
boom.
Ah, Ethan Hunt stuff.
Yeah, Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt
Watch
stuff.
this.
A little.
Yeah.
You know, little.
Can we talk about what is the rage about? Is it the farms?
Do you think I have a rage?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because you don't tolerate. If I fuck with other,
See, he's serious. Bobby Lee always does this thing where, is he half kidding? Is he serious? I'm going to go ahead and say he's always serious. And then when it gets too serious, he'll kid a little bit to ease your mind. But he's always
Exactly.
serious. The serious is always first. Here's Jeremiah doing a nervous smile because he's never been confronted about his sickness. And here's Bobby Lee going, you're a psycho. I see it in your eyes.
Do you think I have a rage?
oh yeah, 100%. Because you don't tolerate. If I fuck with other younger comics, they can tolerate a lot. You don't. You have a thing where it's like you have to respect me now.
So what he's saying is it's tough. He goes, when I fuck with young comics, they usually submit. They allow me to mess with them. But with you lately, I'll fuck with you and you try to hit me back as if we're peers. I'm Bobby Lee. I've been around for 58 years in the comedy business. I'm pretty high up. You're open mic level. You're Tony Hinchcliffe's band leader. Now, you remember Jeremiah Wonders. He's this like cheap open mic guy who got on Kill Tony, and now they're presenting him everywhere as if he is like on par with Joe Rogan and all
He's
them.
been blowing up lately.
And Jeremiah's attitude, Jeremiah's walking around holding his head up as if he's peers with all these big time comics when he's really just an amateur, open mic level guy who's not very good. And we're going to show you some examples of that. And Bobby Lee goes, I'll say something to you, I'll pick on you, and then you pick on me back as if we're equals. We ain't equals. And he's going to lay it down for him here. Listen to this.
Tolerate a lot. You don't. You have a thing where it's like you have to respect me now.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, because you think that because of the Hinchcliffe. Because of Hinchcliffe, you think you've elevated to like this sort of like.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Nah, dude.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Yes, I do. You're getting defensive with your no's. I believe it. I believe it, Jules. Wow. He goes, you think because you're with Tony Hinchcliffe and you've got this Kill Tony that you're good. And he's going, no. I believe Bobby.
Hinchcliffe, you think you
Why?
because you think that because of the Hinchcliffe.
No.
Because of Hinchcliffe, you think you've elevated to like this sort of like.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
look
Nah,
good.
dude.
Chat's recognizing this guy. Called him out. This is great. Holy shit, Bobby calling it as it is. Now, why is this so remarkable to us? Well, I'll tell you. Because nobody does this. Isn't this crazy? We live in a world where I'm highlighting this shit Bobby says and giving him the throne and bowing to him.
This should be a nothing comment that happens on every comedian
This should be how
podcast.
everyone acts. You know, we go ballistic over somebody just being honest and telling the truth. You know, I was telling that to Nerd City, my new friend Nerd City, the other day. We're going, you know, there's this, I was talking to him and I go, you know, there's these other guys. There's so few people being honest or saying anything real that when somebody does it, as cheesy as that sounds, being real or being honest, so few people on these shows ever say anything real that when you hear one real thing, you go, oh my God, this is amazing. But this should be how
all we're
everyone acts. So it's incredible. It really stands out when you hear somebody actually giving a real opinion that's not nonsense. You know, this is what we're used to hearing on comedy shows. Oh, he's amazing. Oh, that guy, he's amazing. Oh, her, oh, she's incredible. Oh, I love everyone. Everyone's the best guy. So when you finally hear somebody being confronted, you go, whoa, this is a thrill ride. So let's watch this unfold. I hope you're liking this.
Oh yeah,
Mikey
because you think
Networks.
that because of the Hinchcliffe.
No.
Because of Hinchcliffe, you think you've elevated to like this sort of like.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, but I know snapping eyes.
I
I know when people are about to snap. That's why I'm still alive. I know how to survive.
So
Yeah.
only me and Bobby Lee notice eyes. None of these other comedians notice eyes. Eyes are very important. That's all I care about. What do your eyes say? Mostly eyes are unconfident eyes. Mostly I'm seeing unconfident, sneaky, lying, greasy fucking eyes. Bobby Lee notices these eyes. I notice these eyes. You would think a Chinese guy and a fully white buttermilk guy like me, can you believe we have the same fucking eyes? Let's hear some more.
Eyes. I know when people are about to snap. That's why I'm still alive. I know how to survive.
Yeah.
So with you, I get to a point, and then you get like, you could just your face just gets, and your eyes get all fucking.
You think I'm gonna hate you?
Wow.
No, but I just feel like you're about to snap. I just want to let you know that there's a word out there called namaste.
Okay.
And you should just like
That's
Steven
where he lost
Seagal
me.
uses it a lot. That word.
Ooh,
Have you
look
ever
at
met
him.
Steven Seagal? Yeah. Have you ever met? Oh,
Okay, so then he goes into bit mode. This namaste, I don't like that. How about fuck off? I don't want you around. You're crazy. That's what I would say. Let's go to, where am I? Oh, we got more. 9:30. Ooh, my old bedtime. 9:30. Let's go to 9:30. More rage questions. So you see, Bobby keeps going back to it. Jeremiah will try to bit him out of it, meaning, I'll act goofy. That way Bobby will forget. The Chinese never forget. The Chinese never forget. Somebody said to me on YouTube, they go, you idiot. He's Korean. Do some research. He's not even Chinese. I said, oh yeah? Got any proof? You got any proof he's Korean, or is it just something Bobby said? Because he's probably just saying he's Korean to sound cool. And the guy wrote back, he goes, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll subscribe, I think he said. Fair enough, I'll subscribe. I go, wow, job well done. Yeah. I hate that. I said the same thing about Joey Diaz. He's Cuban, you fucking... Okay, how do you know? That's just what he says. So that's my new thing.
Prove
it. Prove your ethnicity or shut the fuck up. Let's jump to 9:30. And he's going to bring up this rage with Jeremiah again.
What for me, I think is banter. I think you think it comes off as
wait,
rage.
let me back it up a little bit. Here.
You're sleepwalking. You're
I'm sleepwalking.
You're
Yeah.
sleepwalking.
So were you hit as a kid? Where does the rage come from?
Whoa,
Were you
out of nowhere. Were you hit as a kid? Where does that rage come? See, Bobby can't get over it. Sorry, I had to tuck in a sideburn. And Jeremiah is doing the big fake laugh. Everything's okay, isn't it, Maya? Ooh, I'm going to just start calling him Maya. Ghetto superstar. That is what he... Maya is the one who sang that song. Coming from afar. Raising up a star. That's a good song. I hate to sing it that way. Come away with me to a better place.
That's more respectful.
We can rely on a nigga. Oh. Something like that. That was a good song. Maya is your new name. That is a woman's name, a half-black woman's name with a schnoz. Oh, Maya had a big nose. The singer of Ghetto Superstar, Maya, had a rather big nose. Jeremiah is known for his fucking nose.
Wow. The
Maya!
connections.
His name's Maya. Let's hear this again.
You're
I'm sleepwalking.
You're
Yeah.
sleepwalking.
So were you hit as a kid? Where does the rage come from? Were you honestly?
Can I tell you partially where
Partially.
what for me I think is banter. I think you think it comes off as rage.
Nope.
No.
Bobby Lee
That's
goes,
absolutely
nope,
not.
'Cause
nope,
here-
nope. Save your excuses for the teacher. I ain't here to fall into your bullshit lies. Because Bobby knows better. And really, listen, people who've been around for a long time, even if they're dumb or stupid, they do know better. You've seen it all. You've seen people come and go. You've seen swindlers. And believe me, Bobby Lee can tell that Jeremiah ain't nothing. He shouldn't even be on this show.
Comes off as rage.
No, that's absolutely not.
Because here's
Watch
the
this.
thing. Let me tell you something about you now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I feel like if I don't come back,
Yeah.
then you'll just like completely own the situation. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm the same way. If I'm talking to some fucking underling and roasting him and then he tries to roast me back, you go, we're not equals. Don't. We're not playing. We're not volleying. I'm walking through the comedy store. I'm going, ugh, Jeremiah's here. He looks psychotic and sickly. Ha! And then Jeremiah will be like, hey, yeah, Bobby Lee's here. And it's like, dude, no. Just put your head down and let Bobby Lee walk to the green room.
That's what I'm. That's
under-
exactly my intent.
I understand that's what you're trying to do, but then what about the back and forth and stuff like that? You
There
don't.
is
You
no
want.
black- there's
You
no-
just want it
there is
one-sided.
no back
Why
and-
can't it go back and forth?
because you're
Ooh.
younger than me.
I'm always gonna be younger than you.
They got Maya stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't know why that's so funny. Look at Bobby Lee. He's actually getting mad. You're younger than me, he says. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point.
Then what about the back and forth and stuff like that? You
There
don't.
is
You
no
want.
black- there's
You
no-
just want it
there is
one-sided.
no back
Why
and-
can't it go back and forth?
Because you're younger than me.
I'm always gonna be younger than you.
See that?
Bobby-
See that shit? You know what I mean?
You don't like
Here's
that.
the thing.
What?
Okay, is that?
See, I think we're playing, and you think I'm
no.
so serious.
No.
No.
It's not in this situation.
Sorry, I'll respect
not-
my elders. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Whoa!
in Korean culture,
Tell
in-
me.
the elder guy,
Yeah.
has kind of like like
Chinese.
when Joe Rogan and I had a discussion about it.
Yeah.
He goes, "Yo, man, why you He goes, why you so intimidated by me? It's not intimidation, is what you're reading. It's just that when you come into the comedy store and there's 30 people that come out of the woodwork to go say hi to you, right? And you're surrounded by people, right? I know enough gut instinct to just stay in the background, and I know how to read situations. And I also, secondly, you're older than me. You're so successful. I so respect you that I just want to give you your space.
He's talking about Rogan.
And then it's like when we're in
So
conversation.
he's talking about when he goes to the... I didn't know this. I thought him and Rogan were peers. But he's saying, oh, Rogan, I don't bother him at the Comedy Store.
He respects
I
him.
respect him. There's a lot of younger people bothering him, and I see that, and I go, I'm not going to add to the bother. I'll kick back. And what he's trying to explain to Jeremiah is that that's what Jeremiah should be doing to Bobby Lee. Don't start roasting him as if you came up for the last 30 years with Bobby. To Bobby, you just were born. You're a newborn babe. So let's see what they do now.
I know that it's going to be 90-10. 90% is going to be him, and 10. It's not because.
So that's how you want our relationship. Is you want to be 90 and you want me to be 10.
But you're
Wow.
playing it like 50-50.
You hear that? He flat out says, I want it to be 90 me, 10% you. Okay? You're this tall. I'm that tall. Get it? And then he's going, so you want it to be 90-10? He goes, well, no, but you're making it like 50-50 as if we're even. You see all this? Isn't this sick? I'm glad he's doing this, though.
I want to be 90 and you want me to be 10.
But you're playing it like 50-50.
I think I'm doing a 40-60.
No, you're doing a 50-50.
Okay, so you want me to back
50.
off a little bit.
No, I'm not saying that. It's just that when I grab your penis or I slap your ass,
You don't like it when I grab it back.
I don't want it done back.
Oh. I see. I always thought that that was like where the riff was going. Like when you grab my penis, I'm like, oh, Bobby wants me to grab his
That's
penis.
not
back.
riffing. That's not. That's like okay. You know snow leopards.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know much about them?
I mean, no, I don't know like a
Well,
lot.
a snow leopard will be out in the tundra, right?
Okay.
And a snow leopard might not see another snow leopard for all its life because they're so rare, right? But what they do is they mark their territory.
Okay.
So basically, they'll
Look at Maya.
rub their body against a tree, and then 6 months later, their mom will smell the tree to let them know that they're okay.
That's like their picture frames. That's all they have.
Yeah, that's what they have.
That's all they have.
But what they're also doing is like they're just marking their territory. And when it hit you a little bit,
When you flick my pee-pee,
I don't flick it.
Okay, you
I
touch it.
I
Okay,
gently
come on.
touch it.
you okay?
You what? No, go ahead.
can.
This is your podcast, so let's
Yeah.
go 50-50 here.
Okay.
It's not 80-90-10 here.
Okay.
This is your
Yeah,
domain.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
But outside this building,
Outside this,
90-10.
Really?
Wow.
You know
All
what?
the
I'll give
time?
you 70-30.
thank you so much.
I'll give you 70-30.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Jeremiah being put in his place by Leah Chayani. Leah Chayani, if you ask for me. Leah Chayani, if you please. Leah Chayani, if you please, mommy.
Brandon Mueller says Jeremiah insists everyone plays a board game, but then he gets angry and knocks the board over by accident.
Oh, yeah, because he's... yes, of course I've seen this happen. So let's go to 17 minutes. The rage questions continue here at 17 minutes. Bobby keeps going after this barf bucket.
So this is all he's thinking about the whole podcast.
Exactly, and that's why it's so good.
I featured for him for years.
Okay.
But were you like molested as a kid? Where does the rage come from? Were you like hit as a kid? Were you ever molested?
No, not technically. One time
Now,
that
Jeremiah keeps on
Yeah.
like trying to change the subject
Yeah.
and do skits and other stuff that he usually does on his podcast. And all
By the
these
way-
clips
Give him a little punch, too. Go ahead.
and all of these clips are just Bobby bringing it back to
Yes.
the rage thing. Like
Bobby
Jeremiah
don't
is
wanna
trying
do
to change
bits.
the subject, and Bobby keeps bringing it back to this.
Exactly.
I told a story recently where somebody's like, that's borderline.
What
That's
happened?
borderline.
What happened?
But I don't consider it.
What happened?
Okay, I was in.
I'll let you know because I'm.
You'll let me know. You're an
Well,
expert.
I'm an expert
Yeah,
when
you're
it
an-
comes to molestation. So
Yes,
no,
exactly.
Not in terms of I've
Every
never.
comedian, by the way, was molested, meaning they're gay. Listen, if you get molested by a guy, you're gay now. You know who hasn't had any sexual experiences with a guy? Me! If you're some kid, maybe you're in third grade, a guy molested, well, you lost then. You let the man enter you. You're now a full gay guy. So I don't think it's cool. Oh, I was molested. Oh, isn't this funny? I'm a comedian. Oh, I was molested. No. When I hear you were molested, I don't look at you as, wow, man, you really went through a lot. What a victim. I go, I look at you as just as bad as the molester. Like, it's equal to me. So you're a pedophile. You fucked with an old man. What is it called where a kid hooks up with an older guy? Whatever that is. An older, I don't know. What's the opposite of pedophile? Whatever that is just as sick. Yeah, old man hooking up with a young kid, sick. young kid hooking up with an old man just as disgusting. So no more of this molested shit. I don't want to hear rants and how to live life and jokes from molested people. Frankly, I'm disgusted by that. What are you doing? You allow this man to fuck you? It's very easy to not get in a sexual situation with a guy. Very easy. You could really avoid it. Even these molesters are a lot easier than you think. They come up to you and they ask. They're not mean. They don't hold you down. They go, would you like to come back to my house in the woods and have some kisses and some sex with me? And the kids are like, okay. No, when you say okay, you're a gay kid. You're like a queer fucking LGBT kid. So they should take on half the blame. You don't hear people saying this. And I'm not kidding either. I do very little kidding anymore. Hey, kid, want to F? No. Easy. Yeah, that's what they're saying in the chat. You say no. And believe me, pedophiles are like really, trust me on this. Here's what I'm going to, pedophile. Would you like to have, because they're like very nervous and they're very insecure. Like pedophiles are like, they tiptoe. They're not aggressive, mean people. They go like,
they're skittish.
any chance you'd go to the dance with me? And then you're like, okay. And they're like, oh my God. And then they do all that shit. But if you just say no, like here it is, any chance you'd come back to my house in the woods with me? And you're like, no, fuck off. They would be like, oh, what have I done? And they run away. You'll see them running, flailing their arms back to the woods. They're just as embarrassed and humiliated, and they hate rejection, but not enough to where they're going to kill you. People try it.
Try it out sometime.
Hey, kid, want to get molested? No, what are you, gay? And they'll be like, ah! They'll be so embarrassed and humiliated, they'll run away. All right, let's go to, and what did I say, 17 minutes? Oh, we did that. Let's go to 46:30.
Now this is a different topic.
Here we go. And this is, I think, why I brought up Bobby. Yes, this is exactly why. So remember when I said, hey, we make fun of everybody here. We make fun of thousands of people a week. 2, 3, 4 hour shows a week, 8 hours a week. We're making fun of people. It's nothing to us. But to these guys, this bad friends incident that we made fun of their set, we made fun of saying this was a big thing. We know. Report it. Fuck
this
that.
This is one of the worst things I've ever been through. And Bobby has been molested.
Remember, Bobby Lee followed me. So this is big to him. Bobby Lee was also on tape at the beginning of that episode saying that he was up all night, psychologically tormented by the troll. So this is also big for Bobby. And I'll got some more evidence here to show you how big this was for Santino and Bobby. So for those of you who have been watching Jeremiah Wonders for quite some time, you know that they do wigs and skits and bits.
We've shown you this
wigs
before.
And skits and bits where Jeremiah will put on a wig. Jeremiah is actually more confident when he's in character. We're going to learn a little bit more about that today. But they decide that they're going to pretend to do the Bad Friends podcast here today. And Bobby is going to play Bobby, of course. And Jeremiah is going to play Santino. So we've got a back and forth of Bad Friends. Okay, whatever. I guess Mike's been making fun of Bad Friends, so we're just going to watch a Bad Friends parody. However, wait till you hear what's brought up within the Bad Friends parody. It might have some relation to some of the events that you've seen here on this fucking Red Bar. And in fact, it does. 46:30. Wait till you see this. They're going to get dressed up and do a Bad Friends parody. What did I say? 46:30? 46:30. Check this out. This is so cool. Watch what's on Bobby's mind.
Everything it has. Everything you have.
You're gonna love this.
I hope you. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a special surprise for you.
Here we go.
What is it?
Oh, it's his surprise. Good. So here's Jeremiah. He's going into his wig box.
Co-host of your new podcast is actually here.
Oh!
You two are wholesome and decent. Oh, good.
Bad Friends parody.
You guys are freaks.
Hey, are you a bad friend?
No, you're a bad friend.
I thought you were a bad friend.
No, you're a bad
Oh, we're
friend.
both bad friends with each other?
We're bad friends.
Bad friends.
Hey, what's up? This is Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee on Bad Friends Pod.
Okay. First of all, is this not the worst
Horrible.
Andrew Santino impression you've ever heard?
If they didn't
Hey,
say
everybody,
it was bad
it's
friends.
me, Andrew Santino, and you're on the bad. So he's put on a red-headed wig. Looks nothing like Santino's hair. Have you ever heard this house? Yeah, Italy. Fuck off. Yeah, report it. We know. Fuck that clown. It's very easy to imitate Santino. We all do it.
Jeremiah's supposed to be the impression king.
Yeah. So here's an example of how bad Jeremiah is, but watch what happens in this little skit.
You guys are gross. Oh, you two or something.
I look like Tom Segura in this hat.
Hey, what's up? This is Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee on Bad Friends Pod.
And Bobby Lee gives him this look like, wow,
That sucks.
you suck. You suck at this. What? Mikey Minimize is what they call me here.
On Bad Friends Pod.
What's up, Brad?
Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing, man?
Yeah, man.
Hey, what's going on?
Freaky skin.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you got a flat face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm Bobby Lee. Ooh.
That's good.
Yeah.
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 Andrew.
What kind of Asian are you, man?
Watch this.
Well, you've known me for a long time. You know I'm
Dude, you got to tell me again, dude.
Yeah, Korean, dude.
Oh, Korean, dude.
Yeah.
You're Chinese. Keep
It's
watching.
pretty good. It's really good. Hey, Red.
Yeah,
that
what's
your-
up?
is
What's up,
that-
Yellow?
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I said, what's up,
What's
Yellow?
up?
Yeah.
So what's going on? How's your wife?
She's good.
Okay, wait. You might not think I have a point. Okay. His first question, Bobby Lee's first question to the fake Andrew Santino. Hey, how's your wife? Interesting. Why is the wife on the mind? Has the wife been talked about a lot lately? Has Andrew Santino been maybe fighting with his wife over some chitang? I don't know. But it's a weird first question. Now, that first question wouldn't be so weird,
If it weren't for the follow-up questions.
which you're going to hear now. Listen to this.
It's pretty good. It's really good. Hey, Red.
Yeah.
that
What's
your-
up?
is
What's up,
that-
Yellow?
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I said, what's up,
What's
Yellow?
up?
Yeah.
So what's going on? How's your wife?
She's good, man. She's good.
Watch.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So tell me about like you.
First of all, by the way, hold on. Two things. How's your wife? And then Jeremiah's brilliant improv is, yeah, she's good. Yeah, she's good. You know you're doing a sketch, right? Like you're not the real Andrew Santino and someone just asked you some question in the back of an Uber.
Jeremiah is like as good at improv as me. and that ain't good.
Like literally Jeremiah, and it's Jeremiah's idea to do improv, and then he forgets
And
that
just
he
gets
can't do
shy.
it, and then he just starts answering questions. Normally, you're supposed to do some jokes when you're doing an improv sketch. Here, let's watch this again.
Man, she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Listen
So
to
tell
this.
me about like you, because I know you're like really angry right now about the trolls on the internet.
What? His first question, how's your wife? And the second question is, how are you doing? I know you're really angry about the trolls.
And now you're under my control.
Control? Trolls. Ooh.
Wow.
Trolls is short for we have control over you. What if that's what it means? I'm taking it back. We're controlling your emotions. That's what it's short for. Okay, let's hear that again. So this is what's been bothering Santino, his wife, and the trolls. Okay, got it.
So tell me about like you, because I know you're like really angry right now about the trolls on the internet.
Don't get me started these fucking shitheads over here. Don't even get me started on these trolls who are coming after me right now.
Wow.
Fuck, Bobby.
Yeah, man.
These motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Stupid Andrew Patakis. You know, they put this clip in the Bring Back group. Nobody said anything. And stupid Andrew Patakis or Andra Kaduka.
I don't know who that is.
That fucking Indian guy. He's just like,
Anand?
gotta admit though, to be fair, it's pretty funny. So you didn't even pick up on the fact, like, sometimes like we'll use the Bring Back group and we'll say, oh, okay, somebody posted this. And when nobody, it's weird when they completely miss the greatness of a clip. Like this one guy, somebody posted this obviously to show us what we're showing you, and then that Anand Indian guy was just like, I don't know, man. Gotta admit, it's actually pretty funny. That's all you saw? You thought it was just funny? You didn't think it meant anything more?
Well, if they could all
Fucking
see you
Indians.
right away, then you wouldn't have a job.
Exactly.
So.
That's what I start realizing. I go, oh, yeah. Half of these people who listen to my show are fucking so
Andrew
Indian.
Pawtucket.
Yeah, well, whatever his
Didn't know
name
he
is.
turned Greek.
I'm telling Indian people, I don't know how they get all these. You know, every time I was a doctor, I was a lawyer in my home. It must be, you just decide you're a doctor in India, and then you're a doctor. Like in India, they're like, what do you want to be for a living? I don't know, a doctor. All right, well, here's the hospital. You're a doctor now. Because they're so fucking stupid, I can't imagine them learning how to be a real doctor. So let's see what happens here. Remember, Jeremiah is playing Andrew Santino. Bobby Lee is playing himself. Here we go.
Yeah, pretty good so far. Good. Can you do me? Mm-hmm. You can do my impression? Here, I'll give me the wig.
Okay.
Here, you be Santino
Yeah,
now.
give me the wig.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But I can't do his
look
impression.
at Jeremiah. Ooh, the look of sadness and failure over his head. Look at that, man. He knows this ain't going right. He knows this ain't going swimmingly. He's drowning. All right. Now, that was Bobby Lee and Jeremiah Wonders on the Jeremiah Wonders podcast. Very good. This leads us. This is a Jeremiah double scoop. Doubles. Ours are paying them. Here at Red Bar, we don't care if you're paying. We don't care if you're black, Chinese, Puerto Rican, or Haitian. We just want you to be happy. So we've got some more stuff here today, and we're going to show you, the theme of today's show is people really cracking under the pressure. And we've got some great examples. Joey Diaz, Bobby Lee, and Cassandra. Bobby Lee is dating. Do you know comedian Bobby Lee, the Chinese comedian? Everybody loves this guy. Cute guy, very funny. He's on the show Bad Friends. And I love this because my whole career I've been told, no, Mike, not Bobby Lee. He's one of the good ones. He's great. Oh, Mike, don't make fun of Bobby Lee. We love Bobby Lee, the slept king. Even when we were in the, remember when the comedians were doing a crowdsourcing night where they were all on Zoom and building money to help the comedians? The entire night, everyone in the chat was asking for Bobby Lee. I get this all the time. Yeah, Mike, all the comedians are gay, but Bobby Lee. Oh, Bobby Lee. And I understand when you watch all these other comedians who really don't, and I want to use this lightly, comedic talent. When you see comedic talent, if you're going to label yourself a comedian, you got to be a comedy guy. And Bobby Lee is a comedy guy. Like, no matter what his path was,
he exudes comedic energy.
Comedic. And I'm not saying these people are good, but Will Ferrell, comedy guy. There are other people that are comedy guys, right? You could just, they were born to be comedy guys. Joe Rogan's not a comedy person. He just happened to get into comedy. Andrew Santino is not a comedy person. He just happened to get into it. And if you follow the lead of this stand-up comedian nonsense and do all the steps, you'll be there. In 6 years, if you're not a complete retard and you just follow the rules of comedy and do what the guy who came before you did, you'll be fine. You'll be Andrew Santino in 12 years if you've got the nerve. But Bobby Lee's one of these comedy guys. So I think what happens with people, I think why they think he's so amazing is because compared to Chris D'Elia, Joe Rogan, Tom Papa, and all these bores, Bobby comes off as a real character, a real, you're seeing somebody here. This is a figure, a guy. And I've always said, he's the best of the worst. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you got to bow down to this guy. And on the last episode of Cassandra and Bobby, he threw away his whole audience, and the audience has turned. And we've got some clips here. You're not going to believe what Bobby Lee did. Now, this is great. I don't know if Bad Friends is going to go on anymore. And this is our first in the installment of today's theme, Comedians Are Crumbling. They're having mental breakdowns. They're turning in on themselves. They're doubting everything that they were. And this one is a little strange. His girlfriend, this Cassandra, and you might know her from Wayne's World 1. You asshole, she says. Remember Wayne? She's on the phone with like her manager, and he's telling her about this big, deal that they want to sign. And Wayne is sitting there in his underwear, and he like makes a thong out of his underwear, and he dances. She finally gets off the phone and goes, "You asshole." Cassandra. Now, I don't know what her real name is. That's fucking Bobby Lee's wife. We've got some Bobby Lee coverage to get the ball going here. This has more dislikes than likes. They've turned down Bobby Lee. Let's see what we're looking at here. Tiger Belly. Uh-oh. Tiger Belly. Includes paid promotion, of course. 4.9 thousand dislikes.
Wow.
To 3.7 likes. Interesting. I did not think people were going to turn. I thought they would applaud this. So this really gives us hope. Some of these comments are, talk about making this whole thing about yourself. Damn, this was unlistenable. Overboard with the virtue signaling.
Uh-oh.
And no, I'm not racist. LOL, Kalila, please don't make this about yourself again. So an hour of Kalila saying that this podcast is racist when it's the complete opposite? Okay. So watch what they did. This is shocking, right? We got some codes. Let's just play it from the beginning. Some people might not know how Tiger Belly goes, and I'll explain it. I'll show you. You're going to love it. Even the word tiger is racist. That's a racist song they're playing. Here's Cassandra. Okay, so that's Bobby. Come on, what are you doing? Hello. Why would you do that? You all saw me just hit pause, right? And it exited me out, and it did all that. Here's Bobby Lee's, looking great with the long hair. Here's Cassandra. Yes, I know her name's Kalila. I like to change names on the show. And here is a problem. And no, not because of his race. See this guy on the bottom of the screen? That is, I don't know who this is, but it's an intern. I call these people interns. Let's cut to our interns real quick so you could see. Hey, Mike, you are the best boss. Everything you do is good. Ba 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 ba, boo 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 boo, boo 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 boo, da 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 da. So we have interns too, and you've noticed all these shows have an intern guy now. And they're all kind of these like short guys. They're young. They're internet savvy guys, but they're not full out nerds. They seem to be on Twitter all day, and they all have something in common, from H3H3's interns to the Culture Corner guys that I showed you to Bobby's. They're all these young, smug Twitter kids. Okay? Is anybody with me here? Do you understand? I don't know who these guys are, but they all kind of are the same. Every intern is the same, where they all kind of roll their eyes at the show host. So what's happening is every show is doing their thing, and these guys who do the show don't really get into the comments as much as the interns. And I think these interns, like this Asian kid here, they're on Twitter all day. They're in the YouTube comments all day. They're in the Reddits for their show all day. And they hear how these people talk about the host, and it actually starts influencing how they view the hosts. And then these guys start getting smug and kind of doing, like, look at his face. It's kind of a, he knows best. And you know what? And you see this, The Fighter and the Kid has these guys, all these shows.
Even
King Getting the Sting, H3, King Get a Sting It. They all got these guys. And you know what's starting to happen? The hosts are starting to play to the interns. They've got no chat, right? I've got an internet chat. Thousands of people able to speak to me at a drop of a dime. Internet chat. They're playing to an audience of one or two. They're interns. So when Bobby Lee is doing his show for the last year, he's just looking at some smug Chinese kid here. And you start going off their reaction, okay? And this is the same for Brendan Schaub and, of course, The Fighter and the Kid and all these shows that have an intern there who's on Twitter all day being a smug little guy. You're starting to go, well, Oh, he didn't laugh at that, but he laughed at this. Oh, he rolled his eyes at this. Oh, he poo-pooed this. Oh, he's against this and against this. And it's subconsciously happening. That's the audience. So they're starting to skew their content. Listen to this. This is really alarming. They're starting to skew their content towards the audience. How do I know this? It's the comedian way. When the comedian goes on stage, he gets a feel for what? The crowd. And they play off the crowd. They go in the direction of the laugh. So when you're staring at this guy all day and he's the only guy you're staring at, if he doesn't laugh at something, it's training your mind to say that's not funny. The stuff he does laugh at, vice versa. It's training your mind to think that's good. They don't even realize they're letting these smug, stupid, nobody interns skew their whole shows. I really think this is happening. I think this is happening. I want to see what people say. They don't even know. On this show here.
I think you're right.
I think I'm right. Just wanted to see. We got a 45-second delay. I just wanted to see what they said. I want to see OMGs. I want to see all caps holies is what I want to see. Ooh, these people. I'm telling you. Now I understand why you just pick one Asian to stare at. So let's see what happens here. Tiger Belly 248, Simpletons Speaking.
Oh, welcome to another episode of Tiger
You're gonna love
Belly.
this.
I'm your captain, Bob, and we've got Kalila, everyone in the room. We have this cast of characters. We've got Gilbert, George. We also have got little Rudy here. I apologize for my attitude earlier.
You to see
Rudy.
his smugness.
We weren't even going to do a podcast
Thank you.
today because of what's going on.
We weren't going to do a podcast today because of what's going on, and you hear this a lot. You know, why aren't you able to keep your podcast about what your podcast's about? And everybody doesn't have to be a newsman for this. Anytime there's an incident in the world now, every comedian thinks they need to be a serious newsman. We have serious people. Your role is to be you. And you're not being you. You're forgetting what the purpose of your show is. You've changed your whole show. And this is what I mean about these guys haven't been podcasting long enough to understand this. You can't, just because the news changes, you can't change your entire show based on your emotions. Conan O'Brien can't just decide tomorrow that it's a serious news show. You keep the format going. You keep being yourself. These guys, they're too weak to do it. They let themselves be overtaken by the emotion of the news and all the things that they're reading, and they're like sponges. They just suck it all up and they become what they read. They really don't have any power over their domain. And this is where they're going to really lose a lot of people. You can't do a podcast. You can't just go, I know there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the news. Here's a fun time for everybody here today. People need a fun time, and you comedians are really dropping the ball here. Let's hear some more.
On our planet, and especially in this country, it's very volatile out there. It's polarizing. You know, I'm a lighthearted, goofy, silly comedian who says...
And you're allowed to be. Don't let him and her change. They actually have no business here. Okay? No business. And especially when they start telling you what to do or making you feel guilty. It's fine to have them here as your underlings. They work for you. The only reason anyone is here, Bobby, is because of you. So don't start listening to them. They want to start their own fucking show. They could go do that, this smug asshole and your bitch wife. Let them start their own show. You be you.
Outlandish things to get a response. You know, I don't have a college education.
You're gonna love this.
But what I do have is, you know, I look at the world around me. I absorb information like other people do. You know, I see the George Floyd, the video, right? I look at it.
You're allowed to not even know who George Floyd is. You're one of our wackos. You're allowed to be a fucking wacko. Now, I like how the wackos are breaking character now to be serious. You don't have to. This would be like, you know what I mean? Like, you're allowed to, like, still be your character. for a few weeks. I got to cut to Kalila. Let's cut to Kalila. Let's show you what she did. And it doesn't take long. 7:50 in. And this is his co-host, if you didn't know this. It's his girlfriend co-host. Now, I knew she was trouble when she got her breast implants removed. When Bobby first met Kalila, she had these big fucking nice knockers. That was her thing. I mean, she had these big tits and she would wear those tank tops where only your breasts are holding up the tank top, you know? And it would be very like, it was the only reason anyone ever looked at her. I mean, really, her face is kind of, but she had these big fucking knockers and she had a skinny body and she came off. When you have breast implants, it changes your whole thing. It's so funny how that happens. A pair of breast implants can turn any woman. It just makes you think that there's a sexy thing going on here. She got her breast implants removed, I think, last year. This is like when a woman chops off all her hair and
Maybe
decides,
she had a sore back.
I don't give a fuck. It's anti-fun. When you chop off all your hair, you're delivering a statement to the man. We're done here. Legs closed. Closed for business. And it's a sign of Great Depression. And this woman, Cassandra, from the little I know about her, goes through Great Depressions, huge epiphanies, and giant manic ups and downs constantly. You got a lot of people talking to you this week who go through manic ups and downs. You got a lot of people talking to you who are fooled by the emotions that they're having. They don't know how to interpret this. You got a lot of people who are taking something, a lot of people who feel very guilty, and I'm not talking about white guilt. What you're going to see here today, and part of my big theme today, is that influencers, and especially people who make a lot of money, who know they don't deserve the money, have an extreme amount of guilt about that they've been bottling up. And an incident like this George Floyd happens. And what you're seeing here is these comedians and influencers who have so much money, who know they didn't earn it. They feel like the microscope, like the magnifying glass, is on them. And there's something triggering them where they're going, I feel like a fraud. I feel like I'm going to be outed. I must dedicate my life towards this movement to show people that I'm actually of value. You know, they've spent their whole careers, not Bobby Lee, but her, they got money for nothing and chicks for free. They know this. Logan Paul is a great example. He spent his whole career saying nothing and making a lot of money saying nothing and a lot of money scheming. When something like this happens, it's not just white guilt that they feel, it's all around guilt. And they start going, I need to make changes because I feel like I'm going to be exposed here. And I feel like I haven't earned this lifestyle. So I better do something that shows I'm a worthy person here. And you know what? I need to use my platform to make change. I need to do it all in one day. It's been 4 days of George Floyd, and they're literally nonstop panic posting about, you know, you're going to dig yourself a hole here. They're convincing themselves that they're going to start a life of activism. Oh, no, I'm going to dedicate my life to stopping injustice. Are you, though? Or next week, when this is out of your system, are you going to go back to being a selfish fuck that just takes without giving? You know in your mind that you're not doing the right thing. You know you're not giving the public any good service. So when something like this happens, oh, that guilt starts bubbling up, and you're seeing people break down because they know that the walls is closing in and that clock's ticking. And they feel like frauds, right? They feel like frauds. I don't feel like a fraud, okay? So you don't see me groveling and begging and on my knees, please, please, please. I know I've given the world the light. These people, not so sure. They're not so sure that they earned these positions. So they're terrified and they feel so guilty, and they've done Well, according to the public, they've done nothing. You're going to hear this Kalila talk as if she enslaved a black person. You're going to be sitting here going, what did she do that she feels so guilty? I don't know. But maybe she's just done nothing. Let's hear this.
Myself, I suppose. I'll tell you my experiences.
You're going to love this.
I gave myself pass after pass after pass. Immigrant mom. Gave myself a pass. Grew up in a third world country. Gave myself a pass. Went to a predominantly black high school. Gave myself a pass. Have a black best friend. Gave myself a pass. Dated black men. Gave myself.
Keep your eye on that intern too. You know, again, the guy's had a life of privilege. And because he's like half Asian, he's going to pretend that he's like part of the struggle. Are you kidding me? Look how cushy you have it. You have every computer product known to man. And your dad's bought you. You're great. Look how healthy you are. Look how great of a school career you've had. And then he's going to pretend, oh, yeah, I've been through it too. Oh, please. You've been through the ringer.
A pass. I gave myself a pass and
Wait till you hear
exempted
her.
myself from any type of introspection. And I gave myself a pass from possibly checking myself about all these little insidious, bad racist habits that I've picked up along the way.
Bad racist habit. You're going, whoa, you've picked up bad racist habits along the way? Now, this is startling. You go, what have they done? And on the surface, they've done nothing. But as I looked into this more, oh, wait, maybe these people are feeling guilty because maybe they are racist. Maybe in their own minds, they've actually looked down on other races, and that's why they're saying, I've made mistakes my whole life. I feel so bad. Why would you feel so bad and so guilty if you've never done
the only
anything?
thing you've ever done is tell racist jokes and you know that it's a joke?
Yeah, why would you
Where's
feel
all this
so
guilt
guilty?
coming from?
You're going to hear this. I think these people really do look down on other races, which is weird because you're coming from, I mean, to me, these guys are as race people as you could get. You know, I don't see one white in the room. I don't know what this is. But I didn't know that all these mixed Chinese people were going through such crises. Listen to this.
I'm willing to wear the black hat. I think that all of us should be wearing a black hat. I think we should all be ashamed of ourselves. I think that we've been really defensive about, no, I'm not racist. I'm not racist. Yeah, we fucking are. Have we made mistakes on this podcast? So many. When we call them mud Asians, so many. When we make fun of Indians, so many. When we call black people greasy, so many.
Do you see what people are doing? So they're terrified. They're really terrified that somebody's going to come kill them. And they're just... You know, and really the people who watch this show, they know Bobby Lee's not racist. First of all, you're Chinese. Nobody looks at a Chinese person as a racist. There's nobody out there looking at you guys and going, oh, your time's coming.
Actually, I thought Chinese people were the most racist against blacks.
Of course, but I mean, as far as the world goes, no one's paying attention to you right now. They got a lot of white cops to go through before they get to this woman Filipino person. So to live in this type of fear right now, day 4 into a march is a little over the top. But listen, this gets worse. Remember, a lot of people watch Tiger Belly because they like this type of humor. They're now vowing and dedicating that type of humor is done. They are now a woke show that's just going to tell you about what's right. And, you know, I've been talking about this for a while. Everyone needs to be the serious, mature, justified right person. There's nobody who's willing to just be a goof anymore. They all need to be looked at as, whoa, this guy's really mature and he really knows what he's talking. This is a show. Why does the show have to be mature? Let's hear some more.
All I'm saying is...
You're going to love this.
Did we say gook?
Gook, yes. Look, all I'm saying is, like, I can only speak for myself, and I'm telling you guys right now, I'm sad, I'm confused, but most importantly, I'm just so ashamed of myself.
So ashamed.
I'm ashamed that I've exempted my own loved ones from their own racism because I thought that they were inherently good people and that should be enough. I'm ashamed that they exempted me from my own bad behavior. Like, I'm ashamed of having friends I never check, from never reaching out in my own community and trying to, like, do little things. I'm ashamed that I've been quiet. I might as well, this is how I view myself. I just might as well be that same person watching black people get lynched during Jim Crow. That's
Whoa! What did you do? You might as well be, just because you're not, what are you, you didn't tase a cop? I don't know what these people think they have to do. They're being so hard on themselves. And I'm going to consider her a white woman.
What did they do?
White women are being so hard on themselves. And the only thing I could come to the conclusion of is, yes, you have a lot of inside guilt. You have this life without, you got this life without earning it. And I think it comes down, you see, the blonde white women are the most, they don't stop. I mean, Amanda Cerny, all these people will not stop posting. And I think it's because since the age of 2, they've had every door held open for them. Every man comes up to them, oh, hello, beautiful. Every uncle.
Hot white woman is the easiest life on earth.
Hot white woman is the most privileged thing you could be. They
More
literally,
privileged than white guy,
they don't have to be smart. They don't have to have a good personality. They didn't have to go to school. They get life and go on Instagram. Hot white woman is being rewarded with millions of dollars. If you're a semi-hot white woman, if you're a white woman that's not obese,
I don't even think you have to be that.
You don't have to be hot.
The easiest
you just have to have the nerve. You can't be obese, and you got to just be one of those people who posts on Instagram a lot. You could be a millionaire. And I think hot white women, and I'm going to throw her in this category because she lives that lifestyle of the white Instagram woman, they feel the most guilt because their life has been handed to them, whereas black people's lives has been shackled to them. So, you know, and whereas I don't feel like my life's been handed to me. It definitely has been handed to me much easier than that 3-pointer from Scottie Pippen to his boy. I'll tell you that right now.
My life has been handed to me by you.
Exactly. But, you know, as far as privilege goes, in the way that they're saying it, these women probably feel the most guilt. And that's why they're throwing temper tantrums. And they're in hysterics. They don't stop posting. And nobody's like, you know, they're posting like every 5 minutes about a black thing, like Martin Luther King. Nobody is even calling them out for anything. Like, they could literally just go ghost. No one's going to fucking know. No one's going to care. But there's something in them where they're fucking nervous. Something in them is telling them that the walls are coming crumbling down. And you're seeing this incarnate right here in dumb, stupid Bobby Lee. No smarter than a fortune cookie is sitting here allowing this woman to throw away his entire comedy career because she didn't do enough work. Let's see what happens.
I've sat here quietly because I've been so afraid of having difficult discussions of I'm scared of misspeaking. I'm scared of saying the wrong thing. I'm scared of criticism. But I think that I'm done with that. Like, I am absolutely a big ball of useless dust on the ground.
This too.
And I have
every one of them is saying, I give up. I surrender. You tell me what to be. This is really what they're doing. You know, listen, we're not knocking any of these problems. We're not, you know, on the cops' side.
Of course not.
We're calling out the liars, the actors, the con men. This is what we do here at the bar. And you'll notice what white women are doing. They're surrendering. They're saying, I am nothing. You tell me what I need. Because they don't even know what to do. They're so panicked. And still, we don't have the answers to why they're so panicked. But you'll see white people going, please, consider my brain erased and you just tell me how to be and I will be that as long as I'm not accused. Please. What are you so afraid of?
In the blackface video of the guy that we were watching earlier, the girl beside him, it was a white woman that had a sign that said, muted and listening.
Yes. Oh, well, that's normal. That's like a phrase. That's not even crazy.
I love that one.
But here she goes. I'm a ball of dust. I'm nothing. You tell me what I need to be. And to me, if I was a psychologist, which I like to consider myself one, I would say that there's something else going on here. Some people would go, but who cares, Mike? Why are you taking away from the people? Because I'm a Red Bar host, not a Black Lives Matter journalist. All right, I do Red Bar. All right? Just because something changed in the world doesn't mean I'm going to change my whole show or what I'm good at. This is what I do. I go over liars. Comedian liars. All right, let's see what happens next.
Criticism. But I think that I'm done with that. Like, I am absolutely a big ball of useless dust on the ground.
Listen.
And I have completely ripped my own ideals apart. I don't like who I've become. I don't like the friends that I've kept.
Wow.
And I want to change. And
who? Which friends?
Yeah, which friends? Santino, Brendan Schaub, Rogan, Andrew Schultz. Which one is it? Look at Bobby Lee. He really... I wish I was Chinese sometimes. With a huge rod. Am I right, fellas? Hey. It's the only bad thing about being Chinese is that weak rod. You know, this guy's got a pinky sticking out there. It's like this. See this? And you see how the pinky can curl down? Ugh. I saw a Chinese guy's wang once. His Justin Wang. I was in the...
Was it consensual?
It's so sick. Like a Chinese person's dick might be the most disgusting... maggot-like worm you've ever seen. It's not normal. Okay. That being said, their brains are normal. Here we go.
I don't have the power to do much else than to fix my fucking heart.
Oh my God.
Like, I want to fix my heart. I don't want to continue to say it's justifiable to be racist just because for the sake of comedy. I don't want to be that person anymore.
Are you walking around all day thinking, fuck black people?
Yes. No, well,
like,
I don't know. I think people are...
this kind of reaction.
I think people are so afraid. And again, you know, my whole stance on these people
is this like a YouTube apology video?
Yes.
Where they're over the top crying?
Jules, what's happening here is all these people, they didn't get into this business because they had something on their mind that they needed to tell you. These comedians, and the whole reason I focus on comedians is because they're in the business of being liked, attention-seeking losers. Their whole life, they were losers. So they get into comedy because they want everyone to like them. It truly is what it's about. I've watched them on stage, and you hear them say it all the time. The applause. They literally, it's so sick, they get on that stage, not because they have something important to tell a crowd, but because they want to look out and see 100 people going like this to them. That's literally what they want. So when something like this happens, the phonies are going to be the first ones to crack. Because now that racial jokes are out, they're not in fashion, they need to plead with the public and ask the public, what do you want? I promise I'm laying my guns down. I'll do whatever you want. I want to be liked. I want to continue to be popular, and I'm scared to death that somebody might think of me the wrong way in these trying times. And that's what you're seeing here today. The phonies are crumbling.
By virtue of growing up Filipino, racism is so deeply embedded into our comedy that
culture.
It's after a long time, it feels benign. It feels like something that's justifiable, but it's not.
You got to hear this. This gets way worse.
It's a small seed that eventually turns into a rotten fruit. And I gave myself, and I think that's ultimately it. Like, I'm ashamed.
Shamed.
That I've been so useless in all of this.
And remember, this is a comedy podcast. All the people who signed up are here to watch Bobby Lee be the slept king. That's what they call him. The man. How is this the man? And you, sir, you have no business even being on Red Bar's screen, let alone theirs. You're nothing. You're useless. How could you say that?
I don't know why he had to be on the screen for.
Why does he need to be here? I'm telling you, the interns of these shows need to be fired. The only reason they're not being fired is because they have too many passwords that the hosts can't get into.
You should do a little circle with me on the screen like that.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Neener.
Oh, you're making fun of neener. If you dye your hair jet black and become Philippinized, I will let you be on the screen.
Deal.
Here we go.
And I just want to be better. And
Look at Bobby Lee. He
I just
knows
don't
this
really
sucks.
have much else to say because
That's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening.
Hold on.
Give it out to Kalila, our leader.
but also like it's there's this like Ilani, Steve's girlfriend. She's very bright, she's Filipina, and we've been like talking about it, and we've been going back and forth about it, and she sent me this quote.
How is this? See, I'm very suspicious of people that have done nothing wrong. They're not involved. Why are you crying? How is this bringing you to tears? I understand. Listen, things need to be done. Things need to be changed. Why are you having a breakdown over this? Can't we change things? Can't we make right of these wrongs without having mental breakdowns and being so angry and filled with tears? Something else is going on. I've been watching these events, and people are very depressed. People are very guilty. People are very insecure. And when these events come, the stress piles on, and they're so stressed out, they're so confused, and they're so guilty that they associate all of their problems with the problem being presented to them today. So, you see this on the daily with Trump. You see it with every big thing, and anytime they could blame all of their own issues on something and take it out on a single target, they're going to use that opportunity. You're seeing... it's fine to react. It's not fine to overreact. When you overreact, you drive a lot of sane people away. Because when sane people watch this, they go, well, this is a load of shit. So maybe whatever she's associated with is a load of shit. So it's bad for a movement. It's bad for a movement to lose your cool. It's way better for the movement, for the leadership in the movement to explain to you civilly, rationally, and without panic what's going on, and then maybe you'll get on board. But when they're losing their minds, you go, okay, you seem like an emotional mess. I'm staying far away from this. You're creating more enemies than friends here. Now, the reason you're seeing the majority of people go along with all this is because the majority of people happen to be the most emotional. Okay, and especially the majority of the people on the internet, we've seen them every time. They wanted to do it with COVID, but it was hard to pin down a villain with COVID. They tried.
The non-mask wearers.
The non-mask wearers, they're going to fight any time you could pin down a villain. So they finally got one, the police, and I'm not saying they're wrong, but she is taking, I'm going to use her example. She's taken the 29 years of her life and every bad thing that's happened to her and putting it into this movement. And that's where it's all going to fall apart. You got to stick to what's going on here. You can't become an emotional mess. You could probably get this fixed in a much shorter time. Imagine if a few guys were trying to build a house, but they couldn't stop crying. You can't work power tools while you're fucking crying. You got to be able to keep your cool. What do they call that? Adrenaline control. Should we skip ahead here to 2140?
2140, she just talks about it a little more.
2140. Let's see what happens here. And this really carried on. Again, the people are mad. Let's hear some more.
Because I had called Santino about some of the comments I was getting on the Bad Friends feed.
Santino.
Right? Bobby's dumb. He's uneducated. All this and this and this and this and this and this. Yeah. You're right.
You know what, though? Here's what I think about this.
You're absolutely right.
I am feeding myself to the wolves. I am willing to take any form of criticism, whatever fucking verbal beating you want to give at me. Wow. I will read it all, and I will learn from it as best as I can. I am just a useless ball of dust on the ground, like I said. I'm willing to start from scratch and reshape my heart and reshape my head. I don't think anything that I've done thus far in my life has been of any help to anyone.
See? And remember, she's an example. I'm using her as an example as to why many women are throwing tantrums. And many men. Many men. I have been, what did she say about her life? I have been nothing my whole life. I've never been helpful my whole life. Yeah, you've been a big pair of tits, haven't you? And you've taken a lot of free dinners. And you've been a butt woman. But you haven't done shit with your life, have you?
think anything that I've done thus far in my life has been of any help to anyone.
I've never thought that anything I've done in my life, and this is what it is.
That's not even true.
Of course not, but well, it is. I mean, it really is. When you're talking about a person who feels no purpose, a person who feels like they haven't connected or given anything, this is why they're having these breakdowns. This is the exact same reason Logan Paul is doing what he's doing. Because he feels like everything that he's given has kind of been shit, fake, phony, and it has. He's never really connected or said anything that's really been on his mind. Same with everybody. And this incident in time has really brought that to the forefront. Okay, it's like they smoked a big fucking dab, and it's all hitting them at once. But the dab doesn't wear off. It's day 5, and they still feel like useless twats. That's on you. Don't yell at me because you didn't do anything to make yourself feel good your whole life.
And I'm willing to start from scratch. So if that means people shitting on what I have to say, or from whatever side, left, right, and center, fuck it. Like, I'm willing to take it all because I'm finally ready to have those difficult conversations that I wasn't willing before because I was too scared to not be liked. I don't care to be liked anymore.
And people aren't willing to have difficult conversations. They're willing to have approved conversations by the mainstream. I'm not going to bring up the examples of difficult conversations, but you've got about 70 difficult conversations that have never been mentioned by either side anywhere because they're too difficult. All right. Here's like a good example of a difficult conversation. Somebody coming out and saying, if you're poor, don't have a kid. Ever. Stop having 6 kids if you're poor. Stop having 1 kid if you're poor. Hey, if you're 16, don't have a kid. Stop having kids. You know, Adam Carolla says, literally, you keep thinking every year they're finally going to catch on and go, oh, I get it. An untrained kid will probably grow up to make a lot of the domino effect of an untrained kid. This is what I call it, untrained. Pick up any dog. Pick up any dog from any vet and just let it be him. Don't tell him to sit down. Your house will be destroyed. It'll scratch everything up. Don't yell at him ever. Just let him do his thing as a person. You've got thousands of people, black, white, all the colors, being raised by nobody. That is an untrained kid. He's going to cause crimes. He's going to cause problems. He's going to be in arguments. He's going to do everything wrong. He's going to weigh down the government. He's going to cost everybody money. But not one person ever in my lifetime has even suggested that stopping having kids, if you can't take care of them, or if you didn't take a kids training course, or there's no license that you need to have a kid, and they shut you down with that argument right away, and they say, oh, no, what do you want to be like, China? What do you want to be like, China? There's no talking even about it, no conversation. Every one of these fucking problems that I see these people on their knees crying about is caused because someone had a baby when they weren't supposed to. So this is why I'm not partaking in the world's nonsense. They're not ready to have difficult conversations. This race stuff ain't a difficult conversation. It's a approved difficult conversation. You want to have a difficult conversation about all the Earth's problems, you got to start with, why are people having kids when they have no business having a fucking kid? Until I see someone say that, you're living in Goofy land with Michael Goofy. People
Dr.
really,
Michael
and
Goofy.
even people around, it's like, they feel like it's like an argument, like a hack, like atheist type of argument. Like, that's too much. I don't want to get into it. Talk about being scared to talk about the facts, bro. People should not be having kids unless they're professional kid-raising people, all right? You should have to go to college. You can't even be a fucking, lawyer's assistant without going to college. But you could have a fucking human without going to any schooling? You should make it go 4 years of fucking courses to have a kid. Or else we take that kid. All right, we give him to Mike David. You know whose kid is good? Luis J. Gomez's kid. Man, does that kid got a
The
buttery
only kid
complexion.
that deserves to live.
What a buttery complexion. So, that's what I think. That's why I don't even get involved in conversations because I'm starting at the beginning. You're having all these arguments here, but you're like, let's go to the root. Let's go to the cause, the source. They don't want to go anywhere near that source. And there's other sources here, difficult conversations. Bringing it back to the Big Bang. Bringing it back to universe stuff. You want to talk about Screwy Louie? Start talking about the universe. Start talking about planets. Start talking about moons and suns and galaxies.
People
and
haven't even considered
multiverses. So, you're all getting hung up on the issue of the day, an issue that needs to be solved, but you're not going anywhere near that source. So until you go near that source, I'm not going to take you seriously. I'm on the outside. I'm still looking at, all right, Kalila, ruining the show. This Tiger Belly is fucked. It's over, man. They hate it. And unfortunately, I was right about Bobby Lee. Listen to this. Back to Bobby.
I just want to move, and I want to be of service to all of this.
And I have something profound to say as well. I'm going to learn.
Oh, he doesn't drink.
I want to learn what words actually mean.
Listen to this. Listen.
All right. I think that I wasn't paying attention in school.
Ew.
But
Sorry. This is great. So what's happening here is Bobby doesn't have the will to be his own person. Okay? Not like me. And he decides, I don't really know what to say here because I'm kind of betraying my whole audience here. Isn't that something? To betray your whole audience without taking them with you is such a shitty thing to do. And these new podcasters don't know that. Just because you think you had an emotional epiphany yesterday doesn't mean that everything you've ever said is shit. You're turning on these guys on a dime. They're not with you.
Now, did they think that everybody would be with them on this? I don't
Listen,
know.
if H3H3 did this, everyone would be there with them.
Yep.
But for some reason, and this is why I want to know, who is Bobby Lee's audience? Because they're surprisingly 100% against this. And I'm going, who are they? They're like a little more badass than the H3 audience? Like, who the fuck is Bobby Lee's audience where they're like, fuck this shit, get Kalila out of here? During this time, you're not even seeing Gas Digital fans say shit like that.
I'm sure they would if they did pull this.
Well, I don't know. When I first saw this, I assumed everyone's going to go, thank you for taking a stand. This is what people are doing. Like, the whole world is becoming washed. And they're all, oh, thank you for taking. That's what I thought they would do. So I'm surprised that their audience is fully turned. I want to meet these men. Maybe they'd come over to Red Bar. Red Bar is a little bit more. I could do, hello, it's me. Hey, is this what you want? Go to go. Is that what you want?
Pretty good impression.
Insensitive during these times? Let's hear a little bit more. And this is where Bobby Lee, you've let this woman talk. Okay, well, we're not going to flame Bobby for her, right? Well, you should. Imagine if I let Jules come on and address you like that. Are you kidding me? She'd be dead before she tells me what to do. So Bobby Lee, here's what Bobby Lee does. And this is where he really fucks himself. He's going to try to take his own stance, but he has really nothing prepared. And everyone knows Donald Trump's slogan is "Make America Great Again." And you've heard a lot of people go, "Make it great again. When was it ever great? It was never great for black people." So he's Bobby Lee's about to do something like that, but he fucks it up. Watch this. You're going to fucking love this.
I think that I wasn't paying attention in school, but like even a word like great, I don't know what it means. Do you?
So they're like lost. A word like great. Even a word like great, I don't know what it means. Because watch this.
Define it. I don't know if I could actually say the sentence.
Right. Because we have over 100,000 people dead from this virus. Right. The cities are burning. Okay. We almost have a depression level economy. But America is great from our president.
Okay. That's where this whole thing falls apart. But America is great from our president. So he's twisting "Make America Great Again." No, Trump keeps saying it's got to be great again. It was great. It's not right now. So you're trying to do this thing, but you didn't really plan it out. And listen to what he goes on and says.
But America is great from our president. What does great mean?
She even knows that this is off.
Is it great now?
And he's going to sit there and pretend like hey, smug boy, this is what you're supposed to interrupt. And she even wanted to interrupt, but she's like, fuck it. Let's just all be retards. Letards.
Because if it's great now, I don't know what the fucking word means.
Look at this.
We're better off? I'm asking you, Gilbert, do you think we're better off?
From what I saw this past weekend, I'm not too sure about that word.
See, he doesn't know. What?
Yeah.
Look at this. Just trying to play along. And you're just sitting there. You've completely shut off because you know he's saying something stupid, but you're not going to say anything. By the way, everything is way greater than it's ever been still, even with all this. I mean, people really don't understand. Imagine being drafted in World War II or anything that came before that was way fucking worse. It is always better. Look where you are. You're ordering Grubhub and Postmates and talking into microphones to make a living. It's pretty fucking great. You know, even with everything that's going on. Imagine these people drafted to the military. Imagine these people having to just fucking die because they're 18. You know, it really weird how people think stuff is so bad. You know, I'm always one of these guys where, because it started with at an early age, as bad as things get, you realize you could live a normal during badness. And that's great. If you could find yourself alive and breathing and well during a really bad time, you know, I could make myself a victim at any point here, especially with this disease. I could just sit there and cry all day and say, woe is me. But you could still make the best of a bad time. Even in jail, they make the best of a bad time where they're playing cards and laughing eventually.
You know what they should do?
It's not eternal hellfire.
Instead, they should defund the police and then have a draft where they draft random people to be a cop for 1 year.
That would be great.
Pick it out of a hat.
What did they say about cops the other day? That they should... I mean, you're hearing some really... people are just going really crazy with their suggestions here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was fine. We showed you. The cops should have a morning meditation of at least one. They're not becoming gurus, okay? How about we just take care of the problem where they're killing people and beating people up first, and then you could turn them into love gurus.
I'm going to have to go back to school and learn these words again because I don't know what they mean.
My stepdad's going to be really mad at me that I said this out loud.
Uh-oh.
But it's not going to be great with Biden either.
It's not.
It's like...
Oh, yeah, that's another thing that depresses the fuck out of me is that he doesn't even know what planet he's on.
Okay, guys. All right, I think we got a couple more. Are we going to
Just
42?
The last one, 4340.
Bobby is going to change. Here we go. Bobby is going to change. He's done nothing wrong, by the way, but he's going to change because Kalila is going through her no-tit life crisis. This is 4340. She removed her breast implants because she's too much. She don't need that shit. She's more than her body. Are you? Because now you're about to remove your fans. 4340. Never remove your breast implants. That is just the dumbest shit you could do. Here we go.
Say racist things? Yes. I have. I don't believe those things that I say. I do it in within the frame of a joke.
Liar!
Or to get a response, or to get a laugh.
This Asian kid is teaching him a lesson. Because these guys are on Twitter and Reddit all day, and they think they know everything. You can see this guy's face, right? Isn't this a no? This is just like Ethan Klein's guy. We should do a whole episode on the interns of these shows and really go
make a great
deep
YouTube
dig.
video.
Hey, you're on the show. You're a public figure now. You're not just some kid anymore. The smugness and the know-it-all attitude of, oh, I'm on Reddit every day, I'm on Twitter every day, so I'm an encyclopedia of what's real. No. You're bad, and you shouldn't be on camera. You have no business being in this world of entertainment. And they're all picking diverse interns, too. Have you noticed this? It's like they go out of their way. It's extreme guilt. Look at this guy. You think this guy... This is the guy feeding Bobby Lee what he should be saying. And who is he? Where did you get your
Super
credentials from?
zoomed in. It kind of looked like the Virginia Tech guy. Sorry.
Yeah. What is his name? I love that Virginia Tech shooter. He was one of the best schools. You stopped Sam Hyde?
What was his
Sam
name?
Cho. No.
Vincent. No.
Cho Sang-wee. You stopped. You assholes. The reason I'm doing this is because you're a snob. I'm a snob. You're a snob. He's a snob. The Virginia Tech shooting was one of the best school shootings we've ever had as far as theatrics go and cinematic feel. But these smug interns taking down your favorite podcast. Mark my words.
But is it insensitive? Yes. Am I going to change? Yes. I am.
Uh-oh. He's going to change.
But I think that's all we can really do. And I think that if everyone were to just put their defenses down and say, hey, you know what? I'm a big sack of shit.
We don't feel that way about ourselves, bitch. And this is what's so weird. We don't feel like big sacks of shit. The fact that you do is not our business. I think this really lends itself to some understanding of what's going on here this week. People feel like shit about themselves. They don't feel valuable. They feel like they've cheated the system, and they're here to make you think you're the same as them.
Instead of trying to defend all their morality and say, but I've done so good. I've lived with black people. I have black friends.
I have to say, though.
But
go ahead.
Instead of saying all that, just admit that we've all done and said really fucked up things that have not been positive or
those are some of my best things that I've said. I'm proud of those things. You know how creative you have to be to come up with some of these fucked up things? You know, to worry about this, to have fear about this, to have guilt. Man, that really speaks volumes about yourself. And Bobby Lee is so confused. He's always been so confused. The confused king, they call him. He don't really know. He kind of takes cues from everybody around him to figure out what the hell's going on. You know, that's why I can never get fully behind these people. You need to know who you are to get my respect. You tell us what to do.
Serve this cause at all.
But I do have to say, though, like when I was in Israel and we went to the
and now Gila Klein country. Gila Klein's coming. Gila Klein's coming. All right. This show is depressing to me, this Bobby Lee, but I needed to show you this because this was your hero. This was the one comedian that we could have touched. There's
but
Bobby
on the bright
Lee.
Side, their fans are very mad.
Their fans are
not
furious.
Accepting this.
5,000 dislikes to 3.7 likes. 3.7 thousand.
And their comments aren't even from like racist people.
No.
The comments are like, I'm black and I love this. Don't change.
Yeah.
Like every comment is like that.
Take a break, girl. Let Bobby take over for a change. Ridiculous. I mean, every comment says this word Kalela. I couldn't get past the first part and I watched this podcast religiously. Could not finish this one. Everyone's heart is in the right place, but this is not why I tune in. Looking forward to Bad Friends on Monday. Pfft. I'm telling you, there's no bad friends. There's only red friends. And this is going to really be the only podcast that survives all this stuff. Or 2 episodes ago, the one we covered on our last show, was a whole episode where Kalila, Bobby Lee's girlfriend, made it clear that any racist joke is no longer allowed, and they are apologizing. They're crying. They're basically pulling a 180 on their whole audience. Their audience tuned in for the crazy Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee is now an SJW, and the show is a serious podcast about injustice. This is very weird. We didn't sign up for a serious SJW show. We signed up for the crazy Bobby Lee Chinese Hour. Well, he's digging his heels deeper, and I hope you saw the last Red Bar. Again, this is an episodic experience. You got to see the last bar to know what's fucking going on in this one. But in the last one, Bobby Lee basically said, I am no longer going to be doing any racist humor anymore. And Kalila went on a rant, crying, and it was really tough to swallow. And you go, is the whole world insane? Well, no, they're not, because even Bobby Lee's listeners, who I always assumed were ours, they weren't having it. And it was their most disliked episode of all time. Every fucking comment was, hey, listen, no one wants George Floyd to die, but this is fucking bullshit, okay? You making a joke about Chinese people in a lighthearted way has nothing to do with the systematic racism that leads to the death of black people by the police. Come on! It's insulting that you would even say that, and we looked up to you, and now you're just basically showing us that you're stupid. So when you see these guys who you thought were your heroes just do this 180 out of total fear because of mainstream 7% of the world speaking on Twitter, 7% of fucking crazy ass, feminist women speaking out on Twitter and the crazy ass people there. If you let that 7% of the by the way, I think that's the number. Only 7% of the U.S. population is on Twitter. And we're listening to them. The rest of America has a different say. We don't hear from them because they're not on the fucking line talking. But when you go to a regular community, they don't even know this stuff's happening. They don't even know that there's a list of racist comedians. They don't know that people are against a joke where you bend your eyes into a Chinese. They don't know any of this. They don't know that Asians are mad, that they're being discriminated. They don't know any of this. They've heard that, hey, cops shouldn't kill black people. No one should kill black people. No one should kill any people. They know that, but they don't know all this bullshit that's happening online. So when Bobby Lee and his wife make this statement, pandering or responding to or bowing to the 7%. So let's pretend that this PC world is a 7% world. Let's just do that. I'm going to go ahead and say it. All this PC stuff, all this SJW stuff, all this, that's 7%. The other people, I'm going to go ahead and say, don't agree. So to pander or to bow to the 7%, people are going to pick up on it. And Bobby Lee's audience did pick up on this. They said no. They said this is ridiculous. They were insulted. They felt betrayed. Bobby Lee and his wife heard those comments. And listen, I'll tell you this. Bobby Lee was on Mad TV. He's always been in the public eye, but he popped. I don't know if you know this. Bobby Lee got internet famous along with like Tom Segura, Andrew Santilli. They really did. And Bobby's got a huge audience, a very loyal audience, and now half of that audience hates him. And Bobby Lee blew up too quick. These guys blow up too quick and they don't know the waters. So they think they could just do whatever they want, like hold a comedy show for 3 years, blow up, and then change your whole show, and then expect people to just be with you. The egos on these guys thinking that everyone is just going to change because you changed out of fear. Well, it doesn't work that way. But he comes back after all the people voiced their opinion saying they hate this. Come on, Bobby, we want the old Bobby. He comes back on Tiger Belly and does this. Would you like to see my findings?
Yes.
Wait till you see his response to the people who said they don't like this. And here's Kalila again. And here's that smug fucking intern. And look at him. He's wearing a bandana today. Remember this guy? I think his name's George. The intern. Remember what I said about the interns? This is the most smug man. And no, I don't hate him because he's half Chinese. I hate him because of his smugness. Am I allowed to hate a Chinese person anymore for stuff? Or if you're a Chinese, a white man can't hate you. Right? That's what they want. Let's go to 310, and we're going to get Bobby's response. Now, what did I show you today? I told you about how Chris D'Elia said if you comment on a YouTube video, you're 11. I showed you that Tim Dillon, the fat man, said if you don't have 20,000 Twitter followers, I'm not listening to you. We saw Luis J. Gomez say 50% of people that listen to my podcast say it sucks and they're stupid. Now we're going to show you Bobby Lee. 310. This is what he thinks of his audience. Here we are.
What?
Thank you.
Whoa.
I want to address a couple of things before we begin, if I may.
I'm going to look at Rob Schneider on there.
Thank you so much for the support from, I think it was last week's episode. Was that
no
the
support.
One? Last week's episode.
George, would you like a drink?
Wild ride, baby.
This is a wild ride.
Wild ride.
Wild ride.
I know that we got a lot of positive emails, and I appreciate those emails. We also got a lot of negative ones. We got a lot of hate as well. Yeah, and
we got a lot of hate.
Kalila got the brunt of it. You know, Kalila got a lot of really nasty comments, not just on her social media, but on family and friends' social media. I've had people call me and go, "What the fuck happened?"
And this is the ego and the delusion of the fame person.
Denial, deceit, and delusion.
Yes, a fame person. They want to be the biggest in the world. Remember, infinite growth. All of these people want to be the most famous guy out there. If you asked any comedian, hey, if you rubbed a lamp and wished, would you want 40 million fans and to be adored by all of society? And they would tell you yes. So this is what they want. At the same time, they also want to be able to say whatever they want and have no criticism. So this is your fault. You wanted 1 million fans, and guess what? 1 million people don't all think the same. You could take 1 million of anyone's fans. There's going to be a diversity of ideas there. And it's a delusion to think you're going to say something. And yeah, you're going to have, hey, let's say 10% of 1 million people disagree with you. That's a lot of disagreeing. So you wanted to have this huge audience. You wanted to be famous, but you don't take any of the rub that comes with being famous. You wanted this ridiculous thing that could get you in a lot of trouble, but you didn't think that maybe there would be a rub. Hey, who would have thought 1 million people trying to manage 1 million people, talking to 1 million people might create some controversy? So these comedians, it always makes me sick to go, they want to be the biggest in the world, and they get so mad when 10% of 1 million people have something to say. Well, watch this. Bobby Lee is going to tell those people, hey, you don't like it. Well,
not. And there's a section of Tiger Belly fans that don't agree with what we said last week, and they spewed a lot of.
And remember, he's doing some PR here. The dislikes are higher than the likes, and every comment on that YouTube video was negative.
But I gotta say, they weren't that mean.
They weren't mean.
They were just saying, Bobby, I think you're off on this one. Love you, man.
They were being very constructive, very fair. No one was being hateful. Everyone was being
some hateful messages behind closed doors.
I'm telling you, I looked at those comments. They were super fair. Way fairer than I've ever gotten. Way nicer than I've ever gotten. And listen to how Bobby responds to fair criticism from people that love him. Watch this.
Hatred toward my girlfriend. And I just have a message for you.
A message.
It's a dear message from my heart.
Listen.
And I love you. And nosotros papaya to you. And I hope you have a big life.
Yum, yum.
A fulfilled life. And I hope you have love and happiness down the road. Please don't listen anymore. Don't listen anymore.
Whoa! So this is the emotional Facebook user. If you support Trump, unfollow me now. That's what you say when you're emotional and you've lost. Don't listen. That's defeat. So all of these people, half your audience, said, hey, I don't like this. This isn't what we signed up for. This is the opposite of why we've been giving you our time and our money. And we voiced that opinion. And you said, then don't listen. Oh, do you really want that? Because you're not going to like it when your ad revenue gets halved. You're not going to like it when your views get halved and you're back to obscurity. You don't even deserve the amount of people and the amount of money you're making off this bullshit show, by the way, that's not even that good. And now you're saying goodbye to half your fucking fans? I don't know. Very rude, very defensive. Listen to that again and look at the fake smug smiles on their face. And you like that, George? Because your paycheck.
His name is Gilbert.
Gilbert, the intern. Take everything. Cut it in half. Would you like it all cut in half because you've been working so hard to be so famey? Your fame's going away now. Watch this.
Hope you have a big life,
Yum yum.
a fulfilled life, and I hope you have love and happiness down the road. Please don't listen anymore.
You like that, intern? Because you might get cut.
Don't listen anymore to us. If you don't like what we have to say and you don't agree with us, you don't have to rip us apart. Yeah, I'm saying this.
And they didn't. It was constructive criticism. This would be like if I came on the show one day and I just said, racist jokes are terrible. Anyone who says them are terrible. We must be. You'd be pretty mad at me. You'd feel pretty betrayed. So you've betrayed your audience, and instead of talking it out with them, you're saying, don't listen anymore. Okay, maybe they won't.
In a mindful, very authentic way, I love you. And I wish you a lot of joy and happiness.
It sounds passive aggressive.
It is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Your smile is scaring me a little bit.
I want to kiss your eyeballs.
Passive.
If I saw you on the street, I'll kiss your eyeball like that.
And Corona. Yeah.
No, not Corona. Corona free.
Corona free eyeball kissing.
Yeah, I'll give you a side hug. You're not full frontal, but side, and go, good luck, buddy.
And you despicable intern. I don't care what race you are. You're on my list of people to deport. Is that illegal? So, okay, but this is spreading. And here's where things get really nuts. And if I told you about these comedians, haven't I told you about these comedians? They're not who they says they are. They will betray you in a heartbeat as long as that's where the... oh, my dear.
What the hell? What's wrong? The bloody tissue.
No, everything's fine. Jules, can I have some water, please?
Yes. Oh no.
Get me... Oh, wait. Go in my drawer. Get me a cough drop. It's starting to kick in again. What I'm about to show you is as low as it goes. You know, I started the show. I used to exaggerate and lie about how bad these comedians are just to get back at them for how they've treated me. And it turns out I was not actually lying. These are all true. So what started out as a gag turns out it's all true. No, it's always been all true, of course. And we're going to show you Andrew Santino again. Remember, George Floyd happened, and all the bullshit comedians who have ever told a racist joke got very scared thinking they're going to be canceled. They're going to be X'd, ostracized from the mainstream. So what they did is they all went out. Even Luis J. Gomez is very scared. That's why he was marching in the George Floyd protest, pretending that they were... Luis J. Gomez posted these things like, yeah, there was like a protest coming down my street, so I went outside just to see what it was about. And I marched with them and then took a bunch of pictures of me marching just to see what it was about. No. You were scared that they were going to call you a racist, so you went and marched with the black people and took pictures of it. So if you ever get accused of being racist, you could show them you marched. And then you said, you made this excuse like, yeah, they were coming down my street anyway, so I just went out to see what it was about as a gag, so that your followers who are racist won't be mad at you. You're trying to live in both worlds.
And then you did your classic Dane Cook prank on him where you said, is this picture Photoshop?
Oh, no, that was Jesse P.S.
Oh.
No, I came up with this bit where I accused comedians of like photoshopping themselves into pics. And some of our listeners, like Jesse P.S., they do the bit too for their shows.
That's cool.
So, no, that wasn't me. I could see how you were confused because that's a bit that I came up with. But no, Jesse P.S. did that bit.
Oh, oops.
And
sorry.
Yes. I know it's confusing. Revenge of the Sis and Jesse P.S. and Red Bar, it's very confusing.
Like all the same thing.
Who came up with it first? We don't know. Not me. I mean, I'm never the originator of these things. Just Jesse and Revenge of the Sis. They come up with the things and maybe I copy them. That seems normal. Anyway... So, people are scared, and guess who else is scared? Andrew Santino. And Andrew Santino works with Bobby Lee from Tiger Belly, and they have a show called Bad Friends that I made fun of a lot. And I get comments every day because I got these Bad Friends videos, like 3 of them. I get comments every day. Bad Friends is the best show I've ever fucking seen. I love Bad Friends. That's my favorite fucking show ever. Mike endures. Mike's salt. Ha ha ha. Mike's salt. Mike Tomato. A real red bar. Or are all the other shows situation? Okay. Ha ha. Mike, you're the best. Foolologist. Jules, please tell me. I don't even want to read that. Oh, this guy made a freestyle. Hey, well, listen to it. This guy, there's a guy. Hey, get us information. This Who New York guy. Jules, please tell Mike to listen to the freestyle I emailed him. Thanks. It's a diss track against LA Comics. Would you like to hear that? I would. To ask him, what's his name? What's your email so I could find it? I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, I got to cut into this. And then we'll do the Santino thing and how comics are betraying you. And I'm also sucking on a lozenge real quick for my throat. I'll spit this out in a second. I had a listener message me on Instagram. And he said, Mike, I made a freestyle diss track against all the comedians that Red Bar goes after. Will you listen to it? And I said, oh, yeah, that sounds awesome. I'll listen to it. An hour later, he DMs me. What did you think of my diss track? I go, sorry, man, I haven't gotten to it yet. I'll tell you when I get to it. 2 hours goes by. He messages me. Well, thanks a lot, man. I guess you didn't like it. Thanks a lot. And I go, hey, man, I just haven't gotten to it yet. I swear I'll get to it. And then the next day comes, and he messages again, something like, play the diss track. I'm sorry.
This is going to be good then.
I'm going to play it, but you're wait,
story.
Hold on, because this was timing. I'm going to play it, but you're a fag. I mean, how desperate is that? Just chill the fuck out. I'll read your, if it's good, I'll read your shit. I'll do it. The messaging shit that people are doing to me is like, and you know why your other hosts don't talk about it? Because every message is a $sign. They don't want to affect the $sign. I know you guys are scars. I get it, and I appreciate every one of you, but the fagness of your messages, it needs to end. I'm going to always think you're gay, whether you're our biggest supporter or not. It's gay if you're acting gay.
He says, ha, 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 I'm sensitive, man.
You got to stop messaging me over and over and over again. If I don't respond, take a fucking hint. Where's his song?
Oh, his email? Oh, shoot. Here,
yeah, tell me his, you can message it to me and I'll find his song and we're going to listen to it to the first time. I haven't listened to it. And it's not because I don't like you. It's not because I was blowing you off. I don't have time for all this nonsense sometimes. But keep sending it to me. Sometimes it might take a week for me to get back to you. Just chill the fuck out. It's one man versus a million of you. All right, what's his email?
I sent it to you.
Okay. I'm going to find it. Listen, I like all this stuff, but just chill. I'm not.
Diss tracks.
Yeah, okay. Here he is. The Belly Room Freestyle. This better be rich. Wait, I'm going to download it so we could pause and stuff. Save all. We're going to save it to Show Wave Files. It's a folder on my network here. I'm going to go into Show Wave Files. And this guy, this is, again, he's begging me to listen to it, so this better be good. Or else, you know, how embarrassing is this going to be? I hope it's good. Where is he? Love Child Red Bar by Aaron Dusk. Is that it?
No, that's the Louis J. Gomez.
The Belly Room.
Okay.
Here we are. You ready? This is what this guy's been begging for. Here it is, and it might be good. Let's hear it.
That's your motherfucking man. Come here. All these mumble rappers sounding like they Brennan Schaub. No skills talking about how good that they do their jobs. Focused on all of the wrong type of social metrics. Getting tattooed by dudes who be driving reckless. Check it, I got more drama than the hour bring. These types of shots will never miss, they make your mama sing. Ask Theo in your mama's house, he'll be up in Dalia, thin skin too. Comedic bitch moves, see how shit moves when we the ones that's talking shit too. You talking to who? On your podcast, looking like gas, smoking some grass, sipping some whiskey, and while you chewing on your inside cheeks and sounding lispy, and all these tough guy comedians act tough with their pussy, taking lip injection trips with their side bitch Whitney. Is you with me? I'm about to go in on these haters talking. They don't read the comments, trying to always explain it like Tom Segura swore he wasn't wearing no makeup. All these clowns verify wearing Supreme is for fake fucks.
No more stand-up in L.A. Please, baby, no more stand-up in L.A. I wish it went for like 40 minutes. If it went for 40 minutes, that would be epic. Dude, a minute long? That's all you got? 3 references? I mean, was it good? What did people think? Did they like that?
Seems like people did not like it.
Did not like it.
They were not impressed after all that lead up.
I know. I mean, and again, it's like if you want something to be played on Red Bar, it's got to be Red Bar related. I don't care about what you do like a skit for someone else. You know what I mean? It's got to be.
But I don't like saying mean stuff about people who do put in effort for the show.
But you got to be crazy to send this to a host and message him for 4 days. It was fine. It was crap. Nice flow.
He says that was just a taste, guys. The real stuff coming soon.
Oh, okay. Will you do a collab with... How about we do like Kendrick and Kanye, No More Parties in L.A., and I'll play it later. We do No More Stand-Up in L.A., a parody with the same beat, and it's me and you. I like that song. You know, that's a song. I was thinking about it the other day. I really like that No More Parties in L.A. song, and if you're not a Kanye fan, you probably won't. It's not a tight song. It goes on forever. It has some weird parts, but that's what I like about it. I love that song.
Same.
But I remember the first time I heard it, I didn't like it. It's one of those appreciators after the fact, after you've heard everything.
So maybe this we'll appreciate once we listen to it for 10 or 15 more years.
But I think I came up with a better idea than this fucking guy's idea. No more stand-up in L.A., and you go, go, go. There's something about a rap song that goes, that's... And at first you're like, this isn't that great. But once it hits 5 minutes and they're still going, you go, oh, it goes. It goes, Jules. All right. It's time for Andrew Santino. This is, and I'm not kidding, this is something everyone should pay attention to. We've always hated Andrew Santino. Italy. I mean, go watch my videos. And if you listen to Red Bar for the last year, you know I despise Santino. I just believe he is not... He doesn't belong in comedy. And what Andrew Santino did on this latest Bad Friends, because he has such guilt for being racist, is so despicable and so anti-comedy. And if this wasn't enough to wake you up, to me, Santino is like the guy who knelt on George Floyd's tiny fucking neck. Santino is the cop that killed George Floyd, in my opinion. And comedy is George Floyd. And what Santino is about to do, and I'm going to show you it. Now, am I fucking a little bit drunk? Am I a little bit high? Am I a little bit bi? The answer is no. But I'm going to show you this, and it will be the most despicable and confusing. I want to make this clear. This is confusing.
There will be a lot to unpack here. We have a lot of thoughts.
I love this word, unpack. I learned it from Sam Cedar, and I use it all the time. I am a huge fan of A-OK. Have you heard her? A-OK? She's this...
You're an unpacky.
I hate packies. Is anyone having fun? You got to hear about this, what Andrew... I'm telling you, a lot of times I make... Listen, we're in the world now.
This one is shocking.
We have entered the world of Red Bar says all these things, but now everything Red Bar says is true. And it's actually like at a scary, alarming level. I'm almost starting to believe I was put here on this earth for a reason here, and that I'm a very special individual. Because everything I'm saying is coming true, believe it or not. Hate me or love me. This stuff is eerily, for a purpose here. being predicted, and Andrew Santino being a piece of shit was predicted by me. No one else has ever gone after Andrew Santino. And you said, why, Mike? Why? He makes me laugh. He's tough. He's cool. He's strong. And now I have proof. It's not just a bad set. It's not a matter of opinion. I have proof that Andrew Santino is scum. Would you like to start? Would you like to see my proof?
Please.
I can't believe this happened to me. Where is it? Bad Friends Interviews Ninja. And this is a lot of work for a guy that's very fucked up. And I'm doing it because it serves a purpose.
You two are
bad friends.
Who are these two idiots?
A white dude and an Asian dude. You two are disgusting.
Well, you two are something.
We're bad friends.
So it's Bad Friends. It's Andrew Santino with Bobby Lee. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen Andrew Santino go,
"Ooh, I'm a Bobby Lee. Ooh, I'm afraid. It's a no good. Ooh, Bobby."
Doing a Chinese voice. When I think of Andrew Santino, I think of his Chinese voice. When I think of Bad Friends, I think of that. This show was built around Andrew Santino mocking Bobby Lee's ultra Chinese squeal, his pig-lit type of Chinese voice.
Ooh, I'm a thicker pig little Chinese man.
Now, I come from a world where I can't find a reason on God's given yellow earth that making fun of Chinese voices is bad. I just can't find a reason. If you want to say the Chinese are oppressed, how? China is bigger than America. Tokyo is bigger than New York City. Chinese people are not oppressed. Chinese people have never been enslaved. Chinese people make plenty of money. Chinese people are hireable by anybody. Chinese people only sort of sometimes get made fun of
for the funny voice.
Similar to how a redneck hillbilly will get made fun of their boss for liking Dukes of Hazzard. No one is mean to the Chinese. The Chinese are fully included. They've never been persecuted. There's no reason for a Chinese person to be salty about anything, including their voice. Your voice sounds exactly like our imitations. Your eyes happen to be like this. I don't know if you're insecure, China, Asia. I don't know what's going on. Do you want to be white? What's the problem? 3 people out of 1 million make fun of the Chinese per year. I'm one of them. Kumi is 2. And that's about it. I don't know why the Chinese people are pretending that they're a persecuted group. You know who gets made fun of the Chinese more than anyone? Jews. I have a card here with swastikas on it because they believe I'm Jewish. This would be like sending a Chinese person SARS. This would be like bombing Hiroshima because a Japanese person wanted to show you some Kobe beef. The Jews are more persecuted than anyone. I might start wearing a little yarmulke to get out of
Might not be a bad
stuff.
idea.
I don't know why the Asians think they could say anything. It's actually rude for an Asian to butt in right now during George Floyd month.
I was going to say maybe we're uneducated on this topic,
No.
but it seems like it's time for the Floyds of the world to
Yes.
have their day.
And this is a
It's a little
Floyd
worse
matter.
for
The
them.
police aren't killing Chinese people. They're not even able to. Police aren't going into a Chinese restaurant and snapping chopsticks. And you're going, wow, the force. You know, anyone could snap a chopstick. No one's doing it. We love Chinese food. We love sushi. We love bente bowls. We love poke. We love all this stuff. We love Asian culture. So for an Asian to get mad, it's ridiculous. It's the most bullshittic thing that could happen. And in fact, it's insulting to races like Jews and blacks that are really discriminated against and persecuted. 6 million Jews were murdered by Adolf Hitzstein. Black people were enslaved by white America. Chinese people, they invented Atari. Japanese people, they have Wagyu. Blacks and Jews and Spics are the ones who have it bad. But to sit around and listen to an Asian person whine, I'm just not going to do it. And because of George Floyd, Tiger Bellyist, and belly is an Asian word to me, pork belly. You know, who invented pork belly? The Asians. Most people were like, turn it into bacon or throw it away. The Asians said, it will be our main ramen star.
And thank God they did.
Fucking Asians with their gooey, soft teeth. Now, Kalila and what's his name? Bobby Lee heard about George Floyd and they panicked. And they said, oh my God, we've been letting our friends do Asian jokes for so long. This is terrible. And Santino has done the Asian accent his whole life. This is what made him a star. We got to cut to the newest Tiger Belly, where they've purposely, or Bad Friends, I'm sorry. We got to cut to the latest Bad Friends. They purposely go out of their way to, what do they call it? Condone? Is that against? Condone?
No, that's the opposite.
Condemn.
Yes.
They go out of their way to condemn Asian accents. Something Santino has been doing all of the time. Now, I'm very sick. He's very sick. You're looking at me like I'm blowing this whole show.
What are you talking about?
Is this show good?
I am having a great time.
All of my love. What's that? Oh my God. Wait, I went like this and it started the show?
Damn.
Okay, here's Bobby Ree and Andrew Rino, and look what they did. So they said racism is out, right? And Andrew Santino is nervous as fuck, right? Because he's been doing an Asian voice for centuries. For centuries, remember me, for centuries.
But what's the reason to be nervous about that
Well,
unless you have other
listen,
guilt?
I'm telling you, here's what's going on. Certain comedians want to be mainstream, everyone loves them comedians. They've got agents, managers, and a big career ahead of them in their mind. They're on pace to be great. Santino, with all that's going on right now, he knows, it's just a matter of time before all of my Chinese voices will be looked at as racist. I want to get ahead of this. I want to be a mainstream player. I want to be Tom Cruise. You can't be Tom Cruise in 2020 if you've done an Asian accent. That's how crazy everyone is. But instead of saying, you know what? You're allowed to do an Asian accent. You're allowed to make a joke about a black person. It's not the same as systematic racism and oppression. Instead of saying that, they fold and they plead and they beg. And what Santino did on this episode I'm about to show you is one of the most repulsive things. And his listeners have picked up on this. And just like Bobby Lee, he's going to cut his audience in half today. And I'm here to show you the craziest, most hypocritic.
People love hypocrisy.
People love hypocrisy, right? Talk about hypocrisy. You're going to see it it's in a form that I can't even explain today.
I think people will see
I got to get in. What's my first time code?
38 minutes.
38 minutes. And I knew this.
A lady they're about to interview.
Okay. 38 minutes. Now, there was a woman out there who made a video, a white woman, 38, Jules?
Yes.
A white woman she went viral because she had a birthday party and she sang a song, an Asian song where she goes, I want to be a ninja. And I guess they've been playing it on their show for a few weeks and they've been laughing and laughing and laughing. But they invited this woman on their show to be a guest. And Santino and Bobby condemn her racism for doing an Asian voice. We're going to go in. Here we go. You're going to fucking love this. And you're only getting this at Red Bar. It's the most despicable thing you've ever seen. Andrew Santino goes full Hippocratic.
Can I introduce you to somebody? Here, we gotta go.
My glasses on.
Here we go.
Hold on.
You're gonna love it.
Okay, Bob. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about someone who made a song on the internet.
I want to be ninja.
It's from a while ago.
I want to chop, 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 chow down.
Okay, and they've been showing this song. Now, it's very funny. It's a woman at her birthday party, a white woman, looks like some racist from True Blood. And she goes, I want to be ninja. And they've been playing the song and laughing about it for months. Oops, sorry, I went back too far. And they're having her on the show to tell her why she's wrong. Watch this.
I go.
My glasses on.
Hold on. Okay, Bob. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about someone who made a song on the internet.
I want to be ninja.
It's from a while ago.
I want
He's
to
even
chop,
laughing.
Chop, chop, chow down. Take chow down to Chinatown.
It popped back up in my feed somehow.
I love that song.
On YouTube.
I learned to chop real hard. I fight with credit cards.
This is so funny.
Use my nunchucks, even while feeding ducks.
Okay, and Santino's against this. Spoiler alert. That song is funny. I'm going to just take this to my death. You're allowed to make fun of the Asian voice. You're allowed to. The Asians will be fine. You know, it's just, and I'm going to say this very briefly. You're allowed to be made fun of. You're allowed to be offended. You're allowed to get your feelings hurt. Whatever happened to boo-hoo? Get over it, adult. Just get over it. That's all I'm going to say, because I could go on for 50 hours.
Probably because of this podcast.
Watch.
And she reached out to us and she wanted to come on the show. And we said, okay, let's talk. Let's come on the show because she said she wanted to explain her position and all that stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Jen Murphy.
Jennifer
Yay. Murphy. Hi.
Jen, I want to say this. I think the song is extremely catchy.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, so they're playing good cop, bad cop. Bobby the pussy is going to be devil's advocate, good cop. Santino is going to persecute her. Why? Because Santino, and listen, I'm going to give you the spoiler before we get into this. This is so sick. Santino has been doing an Asian accent and more. Let's cut to his Indian accent. Or no, I want to show it later. But Santino's been doing an Asian accent and being very racist for so long. He needed to come up with a way to explain why he's allowed to be racist, but that in fact, he's not racist. And he actually looks down upon people who are racist for no reason. It's the most despicable. I mean, really, I hope this unfolds. Let's watch. This is so This might be.
This is Santino's most disgusting move ever.
Really? Seriously, watch this.
If I was at your party, I probably would have danced, right? Because usually when I listen to music, though, I don't really listen to the lyrics, really.
Right.
I just like the tone of it.
Right.
So I like the tone of it, you know, and I liked it.
If you heard the lyrics, would you stop dancing and go, wait a second, what was that?
I would just.
So they've got this white woman on, and this white woman is a YouTuber. She considers herself to be a comedian. And listen, while I don't agree, hey, listen, if you've got a lot of people that are laughing at what you do, it's not up to anybody to decide what you are. Santino and Bobby do not own comedy. And they're going to tell this woman that she's not a comedian. She's not allowed to make jokes. Do we skip ahead here?
Honestly, you could play the whole thing, or I did cut it up into skippable
I'll
parts.
play a little bit more, and then let's skip through, because it is long. Here we go.
Like, am I at a Klan rally? No, I'm kidding. But
so they're doing the thing that all pussies do, where they like really pretend that they love the person and they're nice to them because they're afraid of conflict. And here she is thinking, oh, you know, I'm going to be able to explain myself. They'll surely get it. but they're doing that sneaky deaky thing where they hate her, but they're trying to let her expose herself because they're too pussy to say anything.
The song is cute, and yeah, I think if I was your friend and I knew you and we were at the
You're
party,
gonna love
I don't
this.
think that I would have been offended at all.
Well, there was a young Asian woman there that she
Yes.
says she's close friends with, who's Chinese. You said she's Chinese, you told me, right?
Right.
Right, and she supports the song, huh?
I did not know her yet the night of the party. She came with a friend of mine. I had about 5 or 6 Asian friends there, but I don't usually count how many of which ethnicity. I have lots of friends of all types. I'm founder of Go Girl Worldwide to empower girls and women. So I have a very diverse group of friends and business partners and women that come to my events. So it never
So
even...
she's basically coming on the show to go, listen, I'm not racist. I did a goofy song. Here's the reason why. And the people that follow me on YouTube and know me, they know that I'm just goofing. And she's being like very naive. You know, you also got to be aware enough to know that, no, the mob is not going to let you do something that's just absurd. You must obey the mob. It doesn't matter your intent. It doesn't matter if you don't hate Asians. If you make an Asian song and do the voice, you hate Asians. And Santino knows the rules more than anyone. So for him to stick it to her just because he's guilty about his own Asian jokes is so despicable. Can we cut ahead yet?
Yeah, probably.
What's the next
you
one?
could go to 4350. The lady's going to explain her joke a little bit more.
Okay.
But
because you got to hear this, and this is a long one. This is a long dig, but I promise you, you will be so repulsed by Snaky Santino when you hear what he's done.
And then we're like at it, but at the very end, we make up and we become friends. And so as I started writing this song, I thought, part of my blonde persona that I have in my YouTube.
Okay, so this is interesting, and I'm cutting to the chase because it's a long interview, but she's doing what's called a half and half subtle character. People on YouTube, and this is a shame. This shows that Andrew Santino is not a real comedian. A real comedian would go, okay, I understand. And she even explained, she goes, my character that I play in these videos is a dumb, stupid blonde. And within this character, she thinks that it's okay to do this Asian voice, not understanding how cringe it is. But that's part of the funny of the character, that she's just willing to be this stupid, knowing very well that it's not allowed and people will cringe. And she explains this, and she's self-aware that this is what she does, and Santino doesn't allow it. So watch this.
And I try and be self-deprecating and act like I'm a dingy blonde. And so I thought, well, part of me thinking I'm becoming a ninja is assuming his accent, like trying to sound like him too.
Right.
And I thought, okay, it would be kind of funny. I want to, and so we're in the recording studio.
Listen.
And my sister Juliana, she helps me with a lot of my projects. Dennis, my producers there, and we had a few other people. I don't think we had an Asian in the mix, which probably would have been a good idea.
I think it's safe to say there's no way there was an Asian in the mix. I think if there was one Asian,
being like, what would you call that? What you're doing here? I mean, passive aggressive kind of. Where you're just walking around your point. Like, she's like, it probably would have gone over better if I had an Asian in the recording studio to let me know this could be offensive. And he's like, yeah, you think? Oh, we like you. And it's like, Santino, you do the same thing as her, but because she's not passed at the Comedy Store, because Chris D'Elia isn't friends with her, because she's not part of the Rogan circle, she's not allowed to do what you do. And this is going to become very evident when you see more.
I bet they would have gone, I don't know. Do you think in retrospect, you think in retrospect you wouldn't have done the accent? You think in retrospect you wouldn't have done the accent?
No, you know what?
You're sticking with
I
it.
have a lot of Asian friends, and they all think it's funny, but they also know where I'm coming from, and that I did it for
intent. You know what? I listen.
All right, that's context. I want you to remember this because we get into a very important discussion about context. That's going to be Santino's excuse. Now, she's a YouTuber. She's got fans and friends. So imagine it's Red Bar. All of you listening know the context of the show. So when I say Nugatu, you know that it's not coming from a place of hate. You understand me. And she's got her own group of friends and fans that understand her, and they know she's not racist. But Santino doesn't know her, and she hasn't been on Rogan. So he's going to claim that she is not doing it within context. She doesn't have the right to do it because people don't know her true self, even though she's telling you that her fans get it, her friends get it. That's not good enough for Santino. Watch, this will make sense soon.
I'm coming from, and that I did it for
okay.
You know what? I listen. I've now listened to your point of view. I know the journey now to the song.
Yeah.
Right. You're also a comedian, which I didn't know. I literally didn't know anything about you in the video, so I just thought you were just.
When you say comedian, what do you mean? You mean you do comedic videos online?
Yeah, she does. She's a comedian. She does.
So
YouTube.
I don't know if you know this. Stand-up comedians own the term comedian in general. They think they're the top tier of comedy, and then comedic actors come second, improvisers come third. What would you say? Comedic videos, sketches come fourth, and then everybody else is not a comedian. And you can see, and they're going to even admit to it, you're not a comedian unless you're part of our crew. Wow, isn't that exclusive?
Strict.
Yikes.
I made like probably 300 funny YouTube videos. I drive a kid's Barbie Jeep. I act like it's my real car. I talk to people. I write lots of different songs usually with the message of, in fact, I have my sun chart right here. This is all of the different ways that I try.
Now listen, is she corny? Does she suck? Yes. But you know what? People like her. They laugh. I like her better than Santino. All right, do we cut ahead here?
Yeah, you can go to
This gets really perverse.
4735.
4735. And what's going to happen here is self-explanatory?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
This is all just pretty much cutting this into a shorter time.
Yeah. We're just trying to shorten this for you because otherwise it'd be 3 hours.
I thought you were just some drunk girl at a party.
Yeah.
Who wrote the song 10 minutes before, right? You performed it. And then I didn't know anything about you. So when you watch it in that context, you go, wow.
Yeah.
You know? And also, you know, I've seen, not you specifically, but, I've been to Orange County and, I
There's a lot of shallowness.
It's a very conservative area.
Yeah.
Irvine, right? They're more right wing. That's probably in California the most right wing area, right?
Yeah, probably southern.
And so, and then when I see the scope of the audience, because I have eyes, right? It's one Asian girl and generally mostly white people.
It's all white people.
And you're singing this ninja song.
And when Santino, it's all white people. Santino, you're a white people. It's so funny how in the wake of George Floyd, some whites think that they're more ethnic than the rest of us. And they get to decide what whites are allowed to do. And Santino, out of fear, flipped. He's like a full SJW.
They're going to make fun of her later for saying that it's okay that she did that because she has Asian friends. But what is the excuse Santino would use?
Yes. Well, do I play more here? Because this seems...
Yes.
Okay,
I was
let's
just trying
keep
to show
watching.
that Bobby is saying, okay, I understand where you're coming from.
Because I want to get to the bust portion. All right, but let's see more.
Yeah, I think I was a little offended when I saw it, but now when I know that...
Watch it. You're going to be really mad.
That you're a comedian, right? And you do comedic videos, and that...
and I want to say this again. She considers herself a comedian. She's doing comedy. She did something for comedy's sake, and you have two other comedians policing her, saying, only we're allowed to do what you do for comedy. So Santino and Bobby Lee are allowed to do racist material. You're not, because they don't know you as a comedian. There's context to Santino being, in Santino's mind, everybody in the world knows he's a comedian and Joe Rogan approved. So he can't possibly be a bad guy. But we don't know you. And so you're attempting comedy, but because you're not in our circle, it's not allowed. Only we're allowed to do comedy. And that's what's so sick about this. And this is what you're seeing. Watch.
I think that I give you more of a pass. You know,
I'm not going to give you the pass. Bobby can give you the pass.
Look.
I'm taking the pass away.
Look at this.
No, you can't. Well, here's my thing. I understand what you. I think I understand what you think the intent was, but I just think it's. You know, Ryan does that stuff because he's Asian.
Now remember, this is all over somebody going, I want to be a ninja. I am a ninja star. No hate. You're just doing an Asian voice. You know, we've been brainwashed slowly into thinking doing an Asian imitation is racist. It's not. Imitating a black person is not racist. And just because 70% of the world is so stupid and they believe it is, doesn't mean it is. It's not. Santino, out of fear, has he's so guilty. He does the Asian accent, and he's afraid everyone's going to cancel him for it. So now he's going to come out and pretend and cancel this woman so that anyone who goes to cancel him will think twice because he's stuck up for Asians with this woman. It's so twisted and dark
it's
and
almost
wrong.
Like he thought this through, so like if anyone ever accuses him of doing
Yes.
a racist joke, then his fans will have the preloaded
And what
excuse
timing?
that he's about
What
to give
timing
them.
to have an interview with a racist than during George Floyd's week of Wake. Now watch this. This gets even worse.
It's easier for us to make fun of ourselves, but you saying ninja.
I'm just making fun of myself being a blonde.
But you're
thinking
when doing a stereotypical Asian accent,
Now,
you're making fun of.
Is he being purposefully obtuse here? Because obviously she means that she's doing an impression of someone who would think that it's okay to do that accent.
Okay,
But then
well,
he
here's
keeps
the
going
thing.
back to, oh, a dumb blonde would never do an accent. It's like, that's not what she's saying
It doesn't
at all.
matter. She's doing a comedy character. And in her character, she could do whatever the fuck she wants. When you watch Django Unchained, you could see a man say the N-word 400 times. It doesn't mean he's a real cowboy with a six-shooter who is a slave master. I don't know why it's so perplexing to be a character outside of a movie. If you're on screen, why is it so crazy? I mean, I have to make a disclaimer here that just spells it out. Hey, if you're offended, just pretend it's a movie. You're not offended when Jason Voorhees shoves a machete through someone's neck, are you? Do you start writing the Miramax? I cannot believe you killed a man using a monster with a hockey mask. You understand. So it's like you almost have to spell it out to them. And that drives me so nuts. Why is she not allowed to do a character that's stupid that makes fun of other races because she's so stupid? And why is it up to Santino to determine whether or not that's a valid thing to do?
Exactly. Even if it's really stupid and
Right.
not funny at
Wait,
all.
Sarah. Right.
Aren't these the guys who go, don't police comedy?
Don't police comedy.
This is
well,
what
listen,
her
I'm telling
comedy
you,
is.
the comedians are now policing comedy. And you know what? They're doing it out of fear because they don't want to be canceled. So they're trying to show you that they're not racist by calling out racists, falling in line. They're destroying their own lives here. They really are.
It's not
and listen,
that big of a stretch from unique
you know what?
context to do an accent to you can't do any racial jokes at all.
And listen, right now people are scared and they're going to let you get away with this because they're so scared about George Floyd. But I'm telling you, it's going to turn in on you and your fans are going to leave because you're being fucking faggots. Here, watch. This gets so much worse. Watch.
Right. It's a teetering. Well, let me show you something real quick, Jen. You sent me this one. Let's watch this. Watch this. There's a video. No one's ever seen this. Jen sent me this, and this is her. She actually went to, where did you go?
These are just random clips. I haven't edited it completely.
Do we skip ahead
let's
here?
Let's take a look at this.
Oh, it's a good part.
It's just a montage of footage.
Ninja training for dummies. So see, this is her video, and she's reading a book for dummies, and it says ninja training. She knows that this is stupid. She's doing it because it's stupid. It's a sketch. Watch.
Where did you go?
It's not like they caught somebody hating Asians. They made a sketch about a dumb blonde who hates Asians. And they're hating her because of the character's decisions in the fake comedy sketch.
Yes.
Just random clips. I haven't edited it completely.
All right, let's take a.
And
let's
again,
take a
I really want you to know that these aren't two SJWs doing a liberal talk show about how they hate racism. These are two top comedians roasting another, not roasting, condemning another comedian for attempting a racist joke. I mean, this is really crazy. You'd expect to see this from some crazy SJW show, not an edgy comedy show with two people who have been making racist jokes their whole career. Maybe their whole career is built on those racist jokes. Who knows? Watch.
Look at this.
Leave it. And it's planned out. It's not she accidentally went on a racist Asian rant. This is all purposely done for comedy. It's fake. It's not real. And she even says, hey, it's not real. I'm playing a character that's stupid. Look at this. She's gonna karate chop toilet paper. And it says ninja. It's got her with swords.
Okay, is this in Orange County?
And now it's her with umbrellas. She's clearly making fun of herself.
Laguna.
You know, and this is what's so important to explain. Autists don't understand absurdity. Absurdity in this context is, hey, I'm making fun of somebody that would think it's okay to be this blatantly stupid. And why is this so hard to understand for some people? Some people, this just does not connect, and they just go, that's racist, instead of going, oh, you're kind of mocking a racist. They don't get it. It's so hard to understand for some people. And the fact that Santino is supposed to be like a comedy authoritative figure, second in command to Rogan and his crew, the fact that he can't understand this type of comedy.
That's what makes me think he needed a victim to get his message out that he's
That's
getting
what it
out
makes
today.
me think. It makes me think he wanted to defend. Here's what's going on.
He wanted this on record.
Yes. Santino during this goes, I've done a lot of racist humor. I want to defend my racist actions, but that will look so blatant and pathetic. What if I were to condemn someone being racist? That way I could explain my comedy racism in a way without looking like I'm being defensive. And him and Bobby cooked this up to save their show. This is really despicable and a crime against humanity.
And don't forget, this is not about whether this girl's video is funny or not.
Exactly. It's not up to us. It's not up to anybody to determine what's funny. You know, Luis J. Gomez said it the other day, if one person laughs, it's funny.
Exactly.
It's not up to anyone to determine what's funny. You're allowed to say that's not funny, but you're not allowed to say it's not allowed because it's not funny, and this is allowed because it is funny. And comedians want to, this is what they're saying. They go, it's okay to do racist jokes if they're funny. If they're not funny, it's not okay. But what if it's funny to me and my friends? Nope, sorry, it has to be funny, but according to the mainstream. Well, okay, but we don't find your humor funny, so does that mean you're racist? This is what's going on, and it used to be an argument that non-comedians made. Now comedians are doing it themselves. This is dangerous. Let's continue. This gets worse.
And then at some point, you do go to where do you go in this video?
I went to China.
Oh, okay. You went to China.
Shanghai.
So she goes to China to do her ninja thing, and they go, but don't you understand that ninjas are from Japan? And she goes, yeah, part of the bit was that I go to China because I'm so stupid. And they don't allow that. Watch. This is really mean.
Are you performing here in the street?
Watch this.
Yeah.
What were you doing your song?
I was just getting clips, you know, seeing what kind, and they loved me, and they were so sweet. Everyone wanted a photo, and they especially loved when I had my ninja.
Ninjas are from Japan.
What?
They are Japanese.
I know, but that's another part of my blonde character. It rhymes.
Oh, right,
you know,
okay.
Down. And then I'm thinking, well, they're from Japan, but it's kind of funny that I think, and I knew that would, you know what? Sometimes as comedians, we kind of push the envelope a little bit, right?
We should.
So again, that's what I think is funny. That you're going to Japan. It's not. This is like typical me. I go, Joey Diaz is Italian. No, you idiot. He's from Cuba. Yeah, I'm doing comedy, not the news. And that's fine for a retard autistic person who's watching the clip and doesn't get it. Is it okay that comedians aren't allowing you to be absurd? They're not allowing this form of comedy? This is really dangerous. Watch
and here,
this.
Go back like 5 seconds and see how Santino reacts to that.
Yeah, watch, because she goes, yeah, I know. I went to China because that makes it even stupider. And watch how he reacts.
They're from Japan, but it's kind of funny that I think, and I knew that would, you know what? Sometimes as comedians, we kind of push the envelope a little bit, right?
We sure do. And then this is you again.
Look at that.
This is still in China.
Look how he's belittling her, and this is going to get more apparent when he finally grows the guts to come completely out. He's mocking everything she's doing and putting it down like a little SJW would do, knowing full well that it's an attempt at comedy.
Also, can we,
What? Yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about Santino's hat that he's wearing?
Yeah,
just for
Santino
one
is wearing a hat that you would buy at, like, Journeys. Okay, this is a hat that you would buy at, like...
Brandy Melville.
Yeah, it's a dad hat, and it says Flake on it, but the L and the A is the Los Angeles Dodgers logo, LA, and it says fake, but it's like LA fake. This is a hat that you would get like at if you were at a souvenir shop on the Venice Beach Boardwalk and you were buying like a novelty cheap
one of the worst hats I've
$9
ever
fake
seen in my
hats.
life, and I can't believe that he's getting
and
away
look
with
at his
wearing
shirt.
it.
Look at his shirt. This is like an old Navy shirt. Okay, let's get back to it because we still got a lot of digging to do. Here. Scantino, yeah.
And then you're at a temple. And this is money on the street. Did you get donations for something, or was that a bit?
I got tips. When I play my tiny guitar, I often get tips.
Oh wow! And then
Pretty
you're,
good.
and then helping someone lift stuff.
So he's watching the video. Can we skip ahead here?
Yeah, you could probably skip to 55:30.
55:30 and watch Santino. Again, they're like, now that they know she's a comedian and she has no ill will, they're kind of fucked. And Santino already had a program that he was going to school a racist, but they're learning, no, she's not really racist. She's just, this is what she wants to do. And her unawareness is allowing her to do it where you guys would be too scared of the public's reaction to do anything that you actually want to do. She's actually free.
Her worst crime is being a little dumb and not as cool and hip
yeah.
as
Well,
you
no.
guys.
Listen to this. Santino and Bobby Lee, they don't allow themselves comedic freedom because they worry about what people will say. They worry about what's allowed and what's not allowed, so they play within those parameters. This woman is so naive and stupid that she just does what she thinks funny. Even though it's terribly offensive and everyone in the world would advise you not to do it, even though you're not being offensive, what she's doing is actually something that should be allowed. And now you've got two comedians, because of their fear, they're taking their fear out on her and they're saying, no. Hey, we're not allowed to do it, so you shouldn't be allowed to do it. This is sick.
Look,
Guys, I'm a comedian like you.
Yeah.
I need to be able to make fun of everything, but without a mean spirit.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you say like we don't, like we oftentimes make off-color jokes or
oh, you do?
Or we talk a lot of dumb shit.
Watch.
But context means almost everything as a comedian.
Here's where it goes bad. Because Santino doesn't know what to do. Santino has done the Asian accent more times than her, in a more racist way than her, and he's scraping for a reason, an excuse, and he's going, well, the reason we're allowed to do it is because we have context. There's context to it. You know that there's no hate in our heart, so we're allowed to do it. And she's going, well, there's no hate in my heart. Why aren't I allowed to do it? So he's going to give this bullshit reason as to why he's allowed to do racist accents and she's not. And you know what we should play? People don't believe it. Let's play his his accents. Here's some examples.
No, this is only 2 clips that I
You
started
sound like
together in
Shia
5
LaBeouf.
seconds.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a million more.
So I want to make it perfectly clear. He's saying, I have context. Now, here's Andrew Santino filling in for Brian Callen on everyone's favorite Fighter and the Kid radio show. Brendan Schaub, Andrew Schultz, and Andrew Santino. 3 whites. 3 blind whites. 3 blind whites. One's kind of a spick. One's kind of a spick. He's got a Mexican white, so he's 3 fucking whites. Santino is going to start doing an Asian accent here with 3 whites with no context. And this is just one of 1,000 times.
Had to help me put on my boots, Chin. Go on, put on my boots, Chin. Chin goes home.
He make me put on his boot.
What?
When he was 3, he did.
Younger. He's not an immigrant.
When he was younger. When you were younger, you had
He
a
make
thicker
me
accent.
put on his boot. His parents like, what did he make you do? He showed me his oil stick.
What?
His oil stick.
What did he make you do, Chin?
There's
He
more.
making me taste his oil.
Too much, bro.
So they're laughing, and the funny part is the Asian accent. There's no context to Asian people are good here. This is just, hey, we're all laughing hysterically at your funny Asian voice, and there's nothing wrong with that. The woman did the same thing, but Santino's allowed to do it because he's friends with Joe Rogan, who's here to heal the world, and you're a white woman who looks conservative. You're not allowed to do it. So there's just one example, no context of Santino doing it. Let's go back to Santino. Let's hear his reasoning.
We talk a lot of dumb shit, but context means almost everything as a comedian. So like the way we do it or the subject involved, it matters a lot. So when you say like, oh, I should be able to do an Asian accent, it's like, yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, you just have to understand context is going to mean everything. So the way it's received is going to be contextual. So no one knows how you really feel. They're going to take at face value. People know how we feel on this show. That's why we talk so freely.
But she was just doing it to her audience. Just because you don't know her doesn't mean people don't. And hey, what if I don't know you, Santino?
Are you Brad Pitt?
What if someone clips all your Chinese accents, makes a montage of them, puts them on YouTube, and I don't know you? Am I allowed to think you're racist? Or because you're friends with Rogan and Bobby Lee, you're allowed to do it, but we're not? This is crazy. And I almost thought it was a bit.
I know. When we were watching this, I was so blown away that I was like, are they just doing this to fuck with her? Because it's
and this
so
gets
crazy.
worse. Let's hear some more.
People, people that do know me or that follow me, they
Yeah.
understand
They'll
who
know.
I am.
Well,
If you look up the work I've done for the last 12 years, I have given my heart and soul. Any money I make in business, I put right back into everything to help unify women and people
Jen,
around the
Jen, we're not saying that you're a bad person. We think that you're a good person. I'm not saying that.
Well, what are you
I'm
saying?
not even calling you a racist.
I just feel like because
I think
I'm
you're a
white
good person.
and
I think you're a
blonde,
good person. But
Santino
because
doesn't
I'm
agree.
white and
Watch.
blonde, I am in such a different. I'm put in a box, and
Yeah.
so if I can't do a funny Asian accent, what? I can't do a funny Hispanic accent. I can't.
So do you think you're not allowed to do accents because you're a blonde white woman? You think it's almost you think that's the reason why?
Well, why can other comedians do accents and it's okay?
Listen.
It really depends on who's doing the accent and what's the context behind
It really depends on who's doing the accent. Santino, I want to show you this. And listen, I could do this all day. Here's Santino. Well, I mean, just watch this.
No
This
context.
No context. This is Santino doing a set at the Laugh Factory in Los Angeles. This is from a few years back, but here's Andrew Santino on stage at the Laugh Factory. Remember, I have no context. I'm just playing a clip on YouTube, and there's a comedian speaking. Let's take a look.
Anyway, this is it's a good night to be out. It's a good night to be alive, and I want to talk about current topics, current events, things that are happening now. You know,
Wait a minute. Is she doing a Indian accent? Watch this.
I'm heavy, very, very heavy into this song on the radio. Everybody knows I get knocked down, but I will get up again. But you never keep me down.
I'm waiting. What's the context here? What is the context? Why is everybody laughing? You're not saying anything funny. You're only saying it in an Indian accent. So what I see here is a white man on stage and 200 white people laughing at the sound of an Indian voice. There has been nothing here that is said that's been a joke. There's just an Indian accent. A crowd is laughing at the sound of an Indian voice coming out of a white man.
You're aware of the song? You know the song? What is that? Okay, what radio do you listen to, pal? Right. Tune in, man. Okay, tune in. Okay, this motherfucker.
So, to make a long story short, he does a 3-minute bit. He does his whole stand-up routine as an Indian. There is no context as to why he's doing it
Now, maybe
Indian
he
voice.
explained this earlier in the set and that didn't get clipped, but that doesn't matter. This is all we saw.
This is all we saw. There's no context. I just see a white, redheaded guy mocking an Indian, and there's no reveal in this clip as to why you're doing it. But you're telling this woman she's not allowed to do what you do. But why?
It, right? Like, you know, I think that's more of it than anything. It's not like a pity party. It's like, I can't do something because I'm blonde. It's not because you're blonde. It's got to be context, right? It's everything has to have some sort of contextual message to it. But for you just want to be
far to show what it did, like, you know, goofy blonde and the thing, like, you know.
Well, Jen, you say you play the character of a goofy blonde, right? Are you a goofy blonde in real life? Who's who?
I'm a goofy blonde with a brain. I kind of take my own real personality and then I heighten it. I'm a little clumsy. Some of my videos, I'm super
perfectly reasonable. Perfectly reasonable. And even if it wasn't, what if she came on here and said, yeah, I'm doing it to mock Chinese people? It's still not offensive. She just said, I'm a ninja man. I've got the... She didn't say, I hate all Asians. They need to die. They should be beaten by police. Nothing she said was offensive. She just did a voice. That's it.
Clumsy. Right. But I'm very intelligent, you know. I was on The Apprentice with Donald Trump. Because I want to break the ice and you know, get through to people, I do a self-deprecating thing. Even at my seminars and things, I try and laugh at myself and I try and make light of things, and I drive the Barbie Jeep. I think that's always easy. I drive down the damn road and I get pulled over by cops. Why are you driving? But if it gets some views and it makes people laugh, and that's something that I'm really glad you guys had me on your show, because you could have said, nah, let's just, you know, let it be. You guys have given me a chance.
I want to make it perfectly clear. I don't like her. I believe she is racist. I mean, probably at the end of the day. But you still are not the authority here, Andrew Santino. And this whole thing was cooked up to save your own ass. And what you're doing here is so smug. I hope you can see how smug he's being. And wait till you see how this all ends. You're going to be actually... You haven't even seen the bad parts yet. Wait till I show you.
At this part.
Say who I am, and I really appreciate that. And I see you guys love what you do. You're both really good. You're really fun, and we need that right now. We need positivity.
Well, Jen, let me say this to you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we do.
But let me say this. When you say self-deprecating, you got to be self-deprecating. Do you know what I mean?
What?
Like if you're saying if I'm being self-deprecating, I can't. If I'm being self-deprecating about me being a redhead, I can't be a redhead making fun of... I can't make fun of being a redhead, but then do an Asian accent. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not Asian. So if I'm doing self-deprecation...
purposefully obtuse. Like, how
this
does
is
he
so
not
weird.
understand what
but
he's
you
saying?
are a redhead who doesn't... And by the way, it's not like I caught him once doing an Asian accent in 96. Him and Bobby... I mean, really, if I had the time, I could find him doing an Asian accent almost every day of the year. I'm not kidding. His whole relationship with Bobby Lee is based off him doing an Asian accent with him. We just didn't have time to dig it all up in one day. He does this Asian accent, Santino does, literally almost every day. That's like part of his comedic character.
I'd have to go, hey, I'm just a dumb ginger. I can't go, oh, I'm a dumb ginger.
You just did it.
It wouldn't, that's not the same
And
thing.
why did you laugh? Bobby just laughed. He goes, oh, I'm a dumb ginger. And Bobby left. You just did it. What's your excuse? And now you even got a little smile on your face because it was funny.
So you can't, if you're going to make fun of yourself for being a dumb blonde, you got to just make fun of yourself for being a dumb blonde.
I want to be ninja.
Sorry, that's them, not me.
We appreciate you coming to speak your piece. I will say this. You keep thriving. Keep doing your thing. Don't read comments.
I try not to.
Oh, look at Santino. And guess what, Santino? He's telling her, don't read the comments because you're going to get slaughtered. Actually, Santino, you're the one who shouldn't read the comments. Because they all went after you. And just like Bobby Lee's fan base, these people aren't stupid. And you know what? We signed up for something, and it wasn't this. It wasn't two fucking fake SJW scaredy cats telling us what's allowed and what's not allowed. And guess what? All the comments are against Santino. And guess what? Everyone was tweeting at him, calling him a hypocrite. And guess what? He's burying the evidence. And wait till you see what I discovered on my very own after this.
They're gonna light you. They're
because
gonna.
we get comments all the time, and we get ripped apart. And Jen, I know you're a good person. I just
they didn't.
This is just a suggestion. Maybe not do the accent.
No more ninja. How about no more ninja?
Look at this. Comedians telling you what to do. No more ninja. Here's a suggestion. Don't do it. You're not allowed to do something that we deem is not funny. I mean, that's.
You heard it here first.
This is some Nazi Germany stuff.
A new song, maybe.
No more ninja.
Write a new song.
How about this? We'll help you write a song called How about we'll write a song called Goofy Dumb Blonde, and we'll write it with you, and then we can. I'm serious. We'll do a song called.
We'll do a collab.
Like
collab.
If you want to do.
collab?
We'll do a collab called something like a Orange County Blonde or something like that.
You both wear blonde wigs and get into that.
Yeah. All right, Jen. We appreciate you.
Let's cut to. There's more here that you really need to see.
They are about to hang up on her, and then they start talking about her immediately after.
So I can just keep playing. Okay, listen to this. Believe me, there's a bigger development here.
Thank you very much, Jen. You have a great rest of the day.
They hang up on her, and now they're mocking and laughing at her like she's the dumbest thing on earth.
She's so tone deaf.
She's so tone deaf.
That I got to the point where I was just like,
You were very nice.
I was.
Wasn't he exceptionally nice? You were very nice.
Once I realized.
You made me hold my tongue.
Once I realized, right, that I've dealt with people like that.
Right.
She's tone deaf.
Yeah.
Tone deaf.
And
look at Santino.
And maybe that is true, but
Santino
he's
is done.
Not the one to
Santino's done everything and more that she's done. This is why it's so confusing and crazy. This would make sense if these guys were like this their whole time. But Santino literally does accents for laughs.
He tried to equate her childhood to my childhood.
Same thing. She grew up in Oregon.
He's being passive aggressive with
everything. People used to
everything.
make fun of her in Oregon. They used to say, look at you.
I know.
By the way, Bobby Lee's new name is Bobby Ree. Sorry. I'm against Asians now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the thing. She's going to watch the episode. She's going to see.
Yeah.
I will stand by my point very obviously. I think people that know me would obviously know that I did very good. Whoa. I did very good at being nice and calm. What did not get mean. I know
he's like proud of this interview too. He thinks he like stood up for what's right in America. He didn't go nuts. He didn't go red in the face. He is really proud of how he treated her. Watch this.
Then slow down.
Yeah. No, because there was
I wasn't going to be
3
mean.
minutes in. I wanted to get out.
I know, me too.
Right, 3 minutes in, I go, oh,
I could feel
know,
your energy.
My energy was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I was just playing nice.
Yeah.
because I don't want to also, I think that she is in her heart not a bad person.
Of course, she's probably
She's
not.
a great person.
She just doesn't have the she doesn't have any social context to why any Asian friend who's a real Asian friend would go, don't do that.
Also,
any Asian friend would go, that's not
the
okay.
oppressor. You can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait. What? Sorry, I got a mustache here in my fucking mouth. That's what happens when you have such a giant mustache. Whites are the oppressor to Asians, Bobby Lisa. Where? Again, China, bigger than the U.S. Tokyo, bigger city than New York City. Where are Asians being oppressed? Where? They're not in every TV show? Okay, well, are whites in every TV show in China? I just don't understand. If you want to be in every show and every movie, be in Chinese cinema. This is American cinema, and 60% of America is white people. 12% is black people. I don't know the percentage of Chinese people. We're very nice to them. No one is being oppressed. There are no Chinese slaves. We didn't kill 6 million Chinese people ever. We're very nice. The worst thing whites have ever done to an Asian is, it's a good. And that's it. And then they go and support Chinese business by eating Chinese food by the gallon. They love Japanese steaks. Where is white oppression towards Asians? Where? Show me. Did I miss this? Meanwhile, every day, I'm called a kike. The queen. So I don't know what happened during this George Floyd thing. Everyone who's not white decided that, oh my God, yeah, we're enslaved just like the blacks. No, you're not.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we're talking to each other here.
And also, what made me laugh was like that Asian chick didn't know English. And it's so funny the fact that when she went to school, probably her first words that she learned was, you are a racist.
Why are you all laughing at an Asian voice? Bobby Lee is an Asian voice in a body. That's it. Look at him. The Pillsbury egg roll.
Those were the first words she probably learned. So that she could tell her that. You know what I mean? Oh, she's out, this is it? Yeah, and she probably said that. You know what I mean? Oh, my God.
This gets worse.
It's, what do you think, Rudy? Let's hear Rudy's opinion.
Yeah, Rudy.
I always like to hear what Rudy has to say. I mean, people know.
Now, Rudy is their Asian intern. I think it's one of Bobby Lee's cousins. She can't be older than 12 years old. She's wearing a Teddy Fresh hoodie. And they're going to cut to Rudy.
What we feel about it. I don't hate the woman. I think it's just very it's just tone deaf. It's just
tone deaf.
It's very
especially she's an attractive white, very white, right?
That's
she
racist.
Has money, you can see from the backdrop.
You have money,
even if she doesn't. The point is like it's
I'm just
and what Asian doesn't have money? You all have money. The only Asians that don't have money are the 4 from Parasite. And they actually got money rather quickly. They really rose to stardom very quickly. So Asians are doing great. They're fucking rich. They're rich kids. In fact, white people are below Asians, I would go as far to say.
And she has every right to defend her point of view.
Sure, that's why we let her do it.
And I don't think that we have to
You're gonna love this.
her. I think that people's opinion.
I think she's been persecuted by the internet.
Well, I think if this comes out,
yeah,
this is going to be very difficult for her.
It's coming out.
I know it is. I know. So that's why I don't think
so
that.
They thought this was like an expose, and this woman's going to be like on the news tomorrow for being racist. That never happened. You know who that is? That's our boy Morik. I'll explain because I love this phrase. That never happened.
Have you ever explained where it came from?
Well, yeah, many times. I want to do it again. That never happened. There's this guy, Morik. He's from Sweden. And we used to go on tours all the time, Red Bar tours, and we used to have houses. So like in London, we met this guy named Morik. We used to do live shows in different countries and different cities, and we would have a Red Bar house where 6 of us split a house, and we'd throw a house party there. So, like, for instance, I was coming to London doing a Red Bar live show, and hey, let's pick 6 listeners. Let's all pitch in, get a badass apartment or a house and throw a big party there, do a live show and throw an after party there. We got this guy named Morik, and he was kind of the first guy. He rented the house. He was at the house with us. We did London part 2. We came back a year later. We did London again, another live show. Morik was in the house with me, Sven, and a couple other guys. Then we did New York, and Morik comes. Morik is from Sweden. He comes to New York, and he's with us. And Morik starts, all of a sudden, getting this high and mighty attitude, this guy named Morik. And he started picking fights with Sven Stuffles. Sven's there. And Sven's telling the story, and Morik's been kind of picking on it. And then Morik leans into another guy who's in the room named Tristan. And Sven's telling this unbelievable story. And Morik leans into this guy and goes, "That never happened." As if to mock Sven, as if Sven's a storytelling liar. But we all heard it and we go, wait, hey, what are you doing? And he goes, "Oh, no, I'm just saying." We go, "Wait, you're openly mocking Sven as if that's like something that we're doing here today?" No. We're like, "We love Sven. What are you doing?" He misspoke and started mocking Sven in front of all of us as if we were going to be like, "Yeah, Sven sucks." And then, since then, he doesn't even know this. We hate this guy now because he did that. And now it's been like this Red Bar thing. We go, "That never happened," in his voice every time something didn't happen. But that's where it came from. This guy who thought he was going to mock Sven. And even the guy who was telling you, like, Sven was like, "Yeah, once when I was in the Netherlands, I kicked this guy's ass and I was doing ass." And this guy, "That never happened." We go, "What are you doing?" Even the guy he was talking to about that goes, "What are you telling me?" We don't. He got into this loop as if, you know how like you kind of mock one guy in the group kind of thing? But he started mocking the coolest guys in the group, me and Sven. And we're like, "What are you doing?" But it was misplaced mocking, and it was mocking just, he was like, "Oh, I understand. Everybody mocks each other to fit in, right? No, we only mock you because you're a loser." But then he just like threw one out. It's like our Reddit. They just see what I do and then they copy it and do it to me. It doesn't work. It has to be valid, folks. So this guy Morik is, "That never happened." And everyone's like, "What do you mean? It's Sven. He doesn't make up stories." "Oh, I thought we were." So now we hate this guy. Get it? That never happened. I love that phrase. That's where it came from.
Number one.
And by the way, this guy Morik, he's still in one of our Facebook group chats. And guess what Morik did the other day?
What?
He went out and protested for Black Lives Matter. And he had a whole sign and all this stuff.
Wow.
And
Everybody's doing it, so.
Sven kicked him out of the group, our Facebook chat group. And he goes, "Fuck Morik, he's a fucking faggot." And we hate it. We've been making fun of Morik all the time, but he's so. Isn't that a funny little story? Back to Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino. This actually gets worse. Should we keep playing from here?
Yeah, I think you can play this part a little bit
Listen,
longer.
this gets worse. Watch this.
We needed to really do much.
I didn't need to be. We don't want to be mean.
People will have their opinions, but she also might get a lot of followers.
Here's the thing. I'm sure she's not a bad person. I think
Yeah.
she just, when we live, this is something I talked about with a friend. When we live in a certain area and we don't get to like leave an area, your views of almost everything
You're
will
gonna
be
love this.
kind of singular, because no one's telling you, you don't have one person going, "Hey, you know what else is different than that I feel, da-da-da." When nobody says that, then you kind of don't have any opposing views.
I also have to say that, yes, I've seen Chris D'Elia do accents from a different land.
Chris D'Elia does
I've
accents?
seen you do accents.
Oh, Santino does accents? Chris D'Elia and you and Santino all do accents from a different land? Okay, Bobby, I can't wait to hear why you're allowed to do it. Let's hear.
From a different land.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's hear.
But
it's context.
It's not only that, it's funny.
Oh, it's funny, so they're allowed to do it.
That old thing.
It's funny, so if it's funny, you're allowed to be racist. If it's not funny to someone, then it's fully racist and bad.
You know what I mean?
Isn't this unbelievable?
Tied into a really strong punchline, and
It has to tie into a really strong punchline. No, it doesn't. Who are you to tell us this? Just because you've done stand-up for 15 years, you're allowed to tell us what's allowed and why? because you work at a place called the Comedy Store? I just don't understand why you're the authority on what's funny.
Be a point to it.
Yeah, no, that's what I kept trying to explain
Right,
to her.
because you,
Yeah.
I've seen you, be very supportive of Hispanics, for instance.
Yeah, I talk about how much I love fucking Mexican
Yeah,
people. I love Mexican people.
That's the foundation of the bit, right? And then when you do accents, it's
But
funny because
the
we
lady
get
talked about how she had Asian
Yeah.
friends and they were supportive, and you guys mocked her. for
Yeah,
that.
she said, I have Asian friends, and my audience knows I don't have any hate in my heart, so they were okay with it. The clip was cut and thrown on the internet, and people that don't know me are the ones who think it's racist, but everyone who knows me is okay with it. The Asian women who were at my birthday party think it's okay. So they're allowed to do it, but she's not, because they don't know her. This is actually really wrong.
Context is
right, because the context is I'm supporting a group.
Right.
This isn't supporting a group, it's
Right.
just joking about the group.
So
she's
what?
just doing the
You
act.
should be allowed to joke about a group. Do you hear the word? Joke. You're not making law about a group. You're not convincing people to hate a group. You're joking about a group. You can't joke about a group? Since when?
Accent.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the problem.
Well, and it's hard to explain the word context, but context in comedy is a
It's
very
everything.
Yeah, it's
It's
literally
everything.
it's hard to explain that. Like,
No,
dude, I did a whole
intent
bit.
is everything. Intent is everything. And we could believe you at face value. If you say that wasn't my intent, we should believe you. As long as there's no evidence to say that you're lying. But context isn't everything, because everyone isn't filled in on the same context. Intent is everything, is what you meant to say. You lying piece of shit. That is really going to lose. When you build up so fast, these guys shoot up so fast. Like Santino went from being a nobody to being famous within a year. You're going to fall that fast too, bro. Because you've built no real connection with anyone. And now you're being one person. Like, everybody started liking you because of your accents. And now you're telling them they're all racist. They're going to just leave.
And
And
also, I don't know why you would make so many rules about something that's just such a thin line. Like,
Why
the
would you
line
make
that you're
any
putting
rule
between your accents and
Yes.
her accents is so thin?
And now everyone's going to try to expose you. And that's what they're doing right now. All of his fans are trying to expose him and call him a hypocrite. And wait till you see what he's done to bury that message, or what his managers have done. Where do I go from here? Do I keep playing? Do I skip ahead? Because this is really bad. Wait till you see what he's
they
done.
talk about context a little more, but if they're done that, you can skip ahead.
To what? What time?
1:14:45.
1:14:45. And what happens here?
You'll hear it.
Okay, cool. Sweet, sick.
Right.
Watch
And
this.
then, wow, what a...
Well, here's what I've learned from situations like this. I knew I wanted to say more, right?
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
But also,
yeah,
I know that I'm not going to change her mind, and it's not gonna be a good back and forth if I just belittle someone on our show. I'd rather have her speak her piece and let everyone figure it out on their own.
I also didn't want to be a comedy elitist.
Watch this.
I am.
I know you are.
When
but
she said comedian, bothered,
I understand that.
It
To
bothered me
the
so
same
much.
Thing happened.
Wow, and he thinks that's acceptable. See, Bobby at least he has some awareness, like, I can't be this comedy elitist. And Cindy goes, oh, I am. When she said she was a comedian, it bothered me, Bobby. Oh, it bothered me so much. And the way he says it, it's like, you just became someone we know. Like, you were a nobody 2 years ago.
I know.
You
with
were
all this
nothing.
context talk, it's like, do you think you're Dave Chappelle?
I
Do you think
know.
every
Like, do you
household
think
in
you've
America
been with
is
us?
versed on
Joe
Santino?
Rogan. Listen, the only reason we know you is Joe Rogan put you on his show. Joe Rogan took you out on tour. Without that, no one would know you. Without me, no one would know you. Me and Joe Rogan are responsible for your fucking career. And you're sitting here as if you're George Carlin, telling us, what's allowed in comedy and what's not.
I know you are.
When
but-
she said comedian, bothered.
I understand that.
It
To me,
bothered me
the
so
same
much.
thing happens with me, whereas I go, don't be a comedy elitist, because I don't like it when it happens to me. There's a hierarchy above me,
Yeah, but you're a literal comedian.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm a legitimate comedian.
Big difference.
I know, but you can't just say that.
Hey, big difference.
Because it's every...
And you can just say that.
Ooh, do you hear his tone? Just because he does stand-up comedy. You know, again, cavemen were making jokes. Everyone makes jokes. Just because you do stand-up comedy as a profession doesn't mean you run comedy.
I understand that you said it, and you can say it, but just listen for a second. Okay. That just because you're not passed at the Comedy Store or any of these clubs...
Then you're not a comedian.
Wow. I know.
No, I know what you mean.
Or the cellar.
There's comedians that aren't just stand-ups, right?
Right. There are different types of comedians that I've
Sketch,
learned
improv.
over the, yeah.
Yes.
You know, I mean, if you're in sketch, in my comedy elite mind, are you in the Friday, Saturday company at the Groundlings?
Wow.
Because if you are, then you're like, or you're even just the Sunday company, or even if you're taking...
You know what? I could say you guys aren't real podcasters. Hey, I started podcasting in 2003. You just jumped onto it. You know, every comedian, and I watched Sam Morrell and what's his name? Mark Normand talk about how they hate comedians who just, actors who just jump on. Yeah, that's how I feel about you guys doing podcasts. This isn't your thing. You just started doing it. Imagine if we applied these rules to you. You all started podcasting 2 years ago. I've been doing it since 2003. I could sit here and do that. I don't do that. I allow you to speak.
You know, a course there.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, you're legitimate, or you're at UCB or Second City or wherever it might be. You could call yourself a comedian.
Yeah.
Right. If you're if you do YouTube videos, you're popular and you're doing it with legit people or whatnot. Like, I would say that. So
the defining line tends to be if you're
these
funny.
are the rules. If you're funny, you got to be funny to Santino, otherwise you're not a comic. Okay, well, you're not funny to me.
I know. I was just about to say, I find you entirely offensive.
I mean, I hate you
in every way.
But that doesn't matter because I'm not a comedian. So my say doesn't matter. Well, that's really cruel. Is there any more here we need to play, or should we show them?
They talk about this for the rest of the
They
show.
talk about this, and you should really watch this. But I got to show you a sneaky deaky move. So Santino was actually getting a lot of pushback on this. And a lot of people were calling him a hypocrite and posting clips of him doing Chinese accents like we showed you. And on Twitter, after the show aired, he was being called a hypocrite a lot. And I went back to check his @mentions. So usually whenever a comedian is doing something that I think the people would be appalled with, I go to Twitter and I just type in @Cheeto Santino and I hit enter and then I sort by latest. And I was perplexed because when I sorted by latest, I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and I scrolled some more and it took me an hour and a half to scroll back to the day before because Santino did something that was really, really sneaky, and I've actually watched people do this before. So check this out. I'm going to explain. Santino is on Twitter June 10th, and he writes this. Your new porn name is what you called your grandpa and the model of your family childhood car. Mine, Poppy Cutlass Supreme. Go. And he did, listen to this. He asked his audience, and he's got a big audience, he asked his audience to do a bullshit game. And I never put two and two together. Now watch this. When you search Andrew Santino on Twitter, here, let's try it. @Cheeto. Hold on, I got it. Santino. Hit enter and support by latest, and you start scrolling. Well, not today, but yesterday. All you're getting for an hour long scrolling is answers to his question. So here's an example. Poppy Commodore, because he's asking, what was the question again?
What's your porn name?
What's your
if it's
porn
your grandpa
name?
In a car or some
your
shit.
grandpa in a car. And he's got
Very
a ton
cool stuff.
So
by the
he
way.
got, and by the way, so check this out. When he asked that, he got, well, it
doesn't show
Oh,
on
it doesn't
that.
show how many comments?
Yeah, I can find it.
I thought it did.
It does when you look at it from the
Oh,
main
from his
page,
main
but
feed.
then
Okay.
it doesn't.
Okay, look at this. 1.1 thousand comments. So when you search him, you have to scroll down 1.1 thousand. It's all porn name you're going to give up. He asked this question. the minute he started getting accused of hypocrisy, and people were accusing him of the same racism that he excluded. So him and his manager, I believe, came up, hey, ask your Twitter a trivia question or something.
This is probably a move that they've been doing
Yes,
all along.
they've been probably doing this move for centuries. Do you understand what I mean? They're burying the @mention. So if you search for Santino, you're not going to find anything about him being racist unless you have the patience to scroll for an hour and a half. When you scroll his name after a controversial day, all you're getting is nonsense @mentions saying a car and a grandpa name. So he buried the complaints. And I bet you one of his little managers came up with this move. He's not smart enough, but he buried the complaints by doing a move because he saw there was backlash. He didn't want anyone finding out about his racism, so he swindled everybody. Did a little switcheroo.